You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We want a change.
This is Caribbean Vibe.
I want to come home and live again, but I hear the country so hard. I'm so hurt I can't stand the pain. Cause how I boast and I brag, I went out and tell the world my country, the life is so beautiful, happy. I come home, they tell me how it ain't easy. The pressure we getting now won't kill me. I hear they say the government myself, tell them playing innocent can't work. All who think the government myself, join and get rid of them if they won't stop. Just tell them you want a change. Tell them you want a change. They better do right. Nothing can keep me from this country, cause here is where I was born. I never believed we could go hungry, even if the pressure is on. We were always a land of love and together, but nowadays we fight and rob each other. Who's to blame for bringing on the pressure? Let's make a change, the time is now or never. I hear they say the government mess up. Tell them playing innocent can't work. All who think the government mess up, join and get rid of them if they won't stop. Just tell them you want a change. Tell them you want a change. Why can't they ever do right? We can't go on living on a promise. And that's what governments do. How much longer will they be dishonest? So many things they promise to you. Don't sit down and let them rule this country. You must be strong and express the way you feel. They're doing wrong, so you must find someone to lead this country on, so we can live and love in peace. I hear they say the government mess up. Tell them playing innocent can't work. When all who think the government mess up, join and get rid of them if they won't stop. Just tell them way. Tell them you want to change.
This is Caribbean Vibe.
I hear they say the government mess up. Tell them playing innocent can't work. We better do right. Tell them you want to change. If they don't do right. Here they say the government mess up. Tell them playing innocent can't work. But all who think the government mess up.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Is Pharaoh still existing? I see the poor resembling an Israelite, not being treated right, enslaved day and night. Oh, we just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. We like the Israelites still in pain. We just can't go on this way. So send us another Moses again. We just can't go on this way. Oh, 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 oh. Lord, look around, you'll see the Pharaoh mentality ruling universally. Leaders promoting their ego, being a modern Pharaoh, tyrannies they manifest. We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. Time to make them oppressors pay. We just can't go on this way. So we children could see their way. We just can't go on this way. Oh, 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 oh. No, 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 no. The poor have to slave night and day for next to nothing pay, so they can't see their way. We don't enjoy equal facility like Pharaoh and company. Brainwashing we say we free. We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. Time to make them oppressors pay. We don't know who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from the Lord. Please send us another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. Time to make them oppress us stay. So the children could see their way. Make them get on their knees and pray. Then I'll be up to judgment day. Oh, just can't make it this way. Please deliver us today. Be like the Israelites did. Please send us another Moses again. Lord, we just can't make it this way. Yes, deliver us today. Oh, we just can't go on this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Please listen to what I say. Yes, hurry up with judgment day. We just can't make it this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Must we get old and gray? And the children can't see their way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. We like the Israelites did it. Please send us another Jesus again. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh.
Take that. If they want to stop all this humiliation, I can't take that. Wake up in the morning, more frustration, I can't take that. No, ain't taking that. So ain't taking that. Ain't taking that. So ain't taking that.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners, of course, ladies and gentlemen. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. Let me bring in 1/3 of the DAG Triplets, no other than Diana, Waveney, Stormy, Skin, McDonald boy.
Well, let me tell you. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. The storm is a bit down. Stormy moved a mat and I tripped and I fell. I fell really hard. I didn't hit my head, but I hit other parts and it got me in a little pain here right now. So I'm doing the broadcast from my bed because I called my doctor and he ordered me to go to bed right away. Lay on the lumbar, which is paining me. So I'll hang in as long as I can, and then I will make my exit. Okay, fair. Okay, people. Well, good evening. Good evening. Storm is a little pain, but I'm here, showing my brother man some support.
Let me bring in the other 1/4 of the DAG Triplets. Could I call it a fourth? No other than E Marshall Tom E. Nisbet, boy, the commissioner in Newark. Tommy,
Good
welcome.
evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, my family. And I'm sorry to hear about your ordeal, Storm. I don't know
Yeah,
what.
I go fix Stormy wagon, don't worry.
Oh my goodness, I feel sorry for him already.
I feel
Hope,
sorry for
hope,
that
hope
poor
you get
dog.
better
Eh?
soon.
Ah,
You know,
Hope
I
you
feel
get better
sorry for
soon
that dog.
because you just can't go on that way, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
can't go.
just can't go on that way. Tommy correct is right, boy.
Why
But
you
that
feel
song is
sorry?
so
Wait,
that
wait,
song
wait. I
is so
Absalom, I the
heavy.
one that fall down. Why you feeling sorry for the dog?
Because you
Oh,
had to take it out on somebody. You can't take it out on the floor or the mat.
for real. But that song is so timeless that I'm just here sitting and thinking. I'm saying some songs just don't die. They just don't get old.
No,
It's
Mm-hmm.
as real as it gets.
no, that's as real as it gets, man. And we've been playing that song for a while now, and we really and truly, we
Mm-hmm.
really can't go on that way, man.
But
Well,
look who come in first in the village.
I realize that. Who coming
Yeah,
first?
so call out the name. Let me hear you now. Call it
Who,
out.
Dave Rambaran. But
Yes, boy.
and then
isn't
and
that
then was
supposed to?
and
Isn't
then
that
was
supposed?
Nadia,
Huh?
Hmm?
and then was Nadia.
And then Nadia. You
Yeah.
know, but isn't that supposed to be somebody using some other person's um
Mm-mm.
no?
That's somebody else. Yeah.
Oh well Dave
Mm.
partner, you take the cake, eh? Well,
Yeah, boy.
boy, this
Come
is the
in.
first time in weeks. In weeks, boy. Dave, you
I
know,
wait. And Nadia come in second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth.
And, and she made sure and addressed everybody in the village. A special good afternoon to you, evening to you, Nadia.
oh well yes, Dave, no, but listen, all you miss something. Is a tie, Is a tie. It's not a shirt, It's a tie. Because
Oh,
Dave Rambaran come in at 5:16 p.m. and Nadia came in at 5:16 p.m. too.
oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So so so
But
so
but
so
but technically speaking, 10:16 p.m. and seconds before Nadia. Hello.
That's right.
Don't take away my boy first spot from me, okay? Good.
no
Okay.
one taking it away, but
No, no, no. I sign up. Dave, I gotta help you. Use the fake man, right? I pick it up for you.
no,
Oh, sorry.
you're getting it mixed up. There's Ramroop. There's another one called Ramroop. He's the Figma, he's the Sikia
Oh,
Figman.
I thought Dave is the fake man. I
No,
sorry.
no, 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 Dave, you are the wrong Figman. You are the wrong man about the fig. You
Oh
understand?
God. Sorry, Dave. I still pick it up for Dave.
Yeah. But I think all you're trying
And
to.
then
Mm.
Richard done warn him in the last broadcast that Diana is he girl, So
Yeah. Richard Ramuk said, Dave,
Oh,
boy,
oh.
use that Dave come lately. You ain't gonna come in just and once again no sicky and fig now, right?
hey Dave, Diana is my girl. Watch it.
Yeah. Dave say, you bringing no sicky and fig. What is that type of fig? Moko?
Uh,
Moko?
Moko, yeah.
Yeah. Dave say you only bringing Moko.
I
He ain't
want
bring,
VG plantain. Me I want no
he,
Moko and no Siki fig.
he ain't bringing no sicky and fig, boy. He bringing when he coming with fig, he coming with fig. You know what
But
I
you
mean?
know, I
Mm.
hear. Oh, go ahead.
Miss Coover, welcome to you. Let me say a special welcome. Hey, Troy Smith, boy, you inside. What tax? Curtis Montresard, boy, live on the record at Chumakak, boy. R, whoever R is, R, one letter, boy. Everybody, everybody does be addressing Nadia, R say, Nadia Mongol, my dearest. All right. I don't know, boy. Something going,
Listen, we gotta start a WZYE dateline here, boy.
boy. Sometimes I think going on that we know, eh? Albert
Mm-hmm.
Montano, boy, how is the weather out there in Ontario, boy?
Oh, oh.
What is going on?
Mm.
Sharon Bernard, welcome, Sharon. How are you? All right, boy. Albert Montano ain't wasting no time. He said, Dr. Keith, no, he can tell the population of Trinidad anything
because it's P&M country, not UNC land. Well, you know where those go? Yeah.
But that's interesting though. You know me. For a minute the cat had your tongue, suddenly you eat parrot bam bam.
What boy, Tommy? Tommy, you're lashing hard tonight early, boy.
Tommy, you have me eat batchak for dinner today.
No, Tommy, like you watch the West Indies game today, boy. Hitting them people for 6, boy. What else? Tommy, hit it out the field, boy. Fish stick, welcome. Right?
Tommy, mad boy. Antonio Clemente, what's up?
Albert Montana said, we Trinidadian laugh at everything. Right? Sharon said good night to fish stick. Sharon, oh God, Sharon said, yeah, fish stick say doing great.
Bonnie Roberts wondering if you're gonna give up your job to paint them buildings in Laventille. You paying US, you know.
Huh?
Yeah, Fish. Ask Fish you gonna give up his job to paint the building in Laventille. You gonna pay US.
Yeah, you paying in $100. Albert Montana said PNM is taking care of the poor. After in poor for a very long time, keep them begging. Hey, what you do, boy?
Yeah, they love them so they take good care of them.
Yeah, or let me play that song. Let me find that song.
Oh Lord.
Let me find that. Let me find the anthem song.
But I hear the lights went out in Trinidad again today.
God. Where you hear that?
Yeah, today I spoke to someone said the lights went out in Trinidad for a good while again.
Really?
And people was getting scared that any chat, am I right? Anybody in Trinidad? Yeah. Lights went out. Yeah, lights went out again.
But probably depending on where you were.
Yeah.
Not all over Trinidad, but it was different places, but it went up for a very long time. A very long time. So here's my thing now, and they're planning to bring electric cars, right?
You know, I want to address that, because, but before we do that, let me get this song here. This was a request that was made that was sent to me. Oh, listen to this, right? Listen to this.
All
right.
Not there.
No. It's all right. It's all right. Here we go.
PNM coming.
No, it's not that one.
PNM coming.
Where they coming?
No, it's not that one.
They're coming. They can't get here yet.
Not that one. Let me see which one. Hold on. Let me see which one it is. Hold on.
No.
PNM coming.
No, it's not that one.
They ain't get there yet. My 105 there aren't gonna get there before them.
Hold on.
Why should everybody support you as the next political leader of PNM and by extension the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago? Hold on. You could talk English?
Yes. Everything is being camera. The PM is not doing nothing for this country. All the schools not completed. Look at the potholes. Look at crime situation. Vote for me, Kawe, for a better country.
Wow.
This is a song about a man named Kawe from way down in South. This fella called Kawe from way down in South. Kawe is a fella the people talking about. Now we join the PNM, they love it all the way. But all them in the PNM supporting Kawe. Rolling for Kawe, different for Kawe, struck for Kawe, fire for Kawe. Listen what I said, the whole of the PNM for Kawe, for Kawe, for Kawe. Yes, for Kawe. Oh, yo.
Oh God! Answer me, you're wicked. The whole of PNM for Kawe. Answer me, kick yourself out. The whole of PNM Fakawe.
I tell
The
you.
whole P, I call it P on them. Fakawe. So Tommy, what's
Boy,
going on, boy? What's going on, boy? What's up?
Yeah.
Answer me, you kick yourself out.
one day at a time. I don't want to take it.
Fakawe. Yes, Fakawe. Oh, yeah.
Everybody for Kawe, man.
Diana Fakawe.
even Tommy for Kawe.
Stormy.
Huh?
Even Tommy for Kawe too.
Yeah, Stormy Fakawe.
Well,
Oh Lord.
everybody for Kawe, boy. What? I mean, hold on. I'm trying to get that song, man. Here we go.
We love you so we take good care of you. Only the PNM, they have a plan.
Oh Lord, somebody wake me up.
We take good care of you. Only the PNM has a plan. We love you so we take good care of you. Only the PNM understands. We love you so we take good care of you. Only the PNM has a plan. In service to the people, stable and strong. One leader, one party, you can depend on. PNM has a vision, PNM has a plan. We take good care of you, PNM understands. We love you so we take good care of you. Only the PNM understands. We love you so we take good care of you. Only the PNM has a plan. TT got for groceries, medicine for free, houses to live in.
The people in Chumaka can say that at all.
Oh Lord, we love.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
they want you so.
I mean,
Only the PNM have a plan. But if they have a plan, Lord, I wouldn't want to know if they didn't have a plan.
No, they have a plan. They have a plan. Here is the plan. Here's the plan here. Here's the plan. Hold on.
Oh Lord. Hey.
Oi. Hi. Oi. Hi. This bandit war affecting the rich and poor. I say in this bandit war, frustrating the boys and girls. You don't have to be a capitalist to be on the wanted list. The operation is run up tight, and the mugging black is white. 100 million listening PCO. To give we money, we want to know. That's a bandit. Look the bandit. A police constable who should have more seriously. Keep 15,000 in CID. That's a bandit. Look the bandit. Last week I'm making market in town. As I put on my basket, it's gone. That's a bandit. Look the bandit. Well, looky there. Oh, the people let them get away.
They burn.
Hi.
What y'all?
Boy.
Fitzgerald High.
Hi.
Them is the bandits. Gonzalez.
They say crime rate is high. Yes, you must not deny. Well, don't talk about bank robberies,
Yeah.
pickpocketers, and motor thieves. When the gallery will watch, diamond rings and gold chains, sister, ready to get touched. To the law you must not complain. Keep an alarm about his waist. It only breaking all over the place. That's a bandit. Look the bandit. A magistrate make history. He gets 17 years jail in this country. That's a bandit. Look the bandit. So if you wanna either have a browse, and when you step out you search the house. That's a bandit. Look the bandit. Well, looky there, looky there, looky there, looky there, looky there. Jail him, don't let him get away. Going,
Dr.
going, going.
Rowley,
Hi, hi, hi.
Imsbert,
Going, going, going. Hi,
Donaka,
hi,
all of them is the bandit.
Look, the bandit.
Imsbert, Dr. Rowley,
So all kind of bandit that's in Trinidad.
Stuart Young,
So we go
J.L.
back to
Singh.
here. Um, um, good night. Good night. Vonnie Roberts, good night. Who else here? Takisha and Lana ain't come in yet. Antonio Clement say here Dr. Rowley's the guest tonight.
Hey, he might call in.
Yeah, you might
Dr.
call him.
Rowley, call in now and give us the pleasure of your lovely voice on our show.
Yeah,
And we gonna ask you some soft questions. Not like you had that press conference where you had to call in. You had to provide the questions
but
beforehand.
listen now. The other thing is that fella was telling people to clap, you know. The fella telling people, all you clap, clap, clap. You know? And as he said that, people clapping too bad, you know.
They're not clapping naturally.
You think it's easy?
Well, we on a reality show now.
Yeah, you're on a reality show. Yeah. You think it's easy?
God, boy.
Yeah. Troy Smith says Stuart Little had a press briefing today, and everything was only Kamala in the opposition. Come on,
and I said that nonsense. Yeah. I listened to Mr. Saul because he and everything. I said, but what is he talking about? What is he the minister of energy? The people had this thing down at Paria. Ain't nobody talk. Oh,
Well,
Lord.
Let me see something. So, what some of the key points from the thing today? They say the cabinet has approved an establishment of a commission of inquiry to examine and inquire into all of the circumstances which occurred on Friday, February 25th, 2022, at facilities owned by Paria Fuel Trading Company Limited, located at number Sea Line Riser on berth number 6, which led to the death of 4 LMCS divers. The Commission of Inquiry will be made up of 3 persons. However, the quorum shall be constituted by 2 members. The C of E, the Commission of Inquiry, will be chaired by regional legal luminary, Mr. Justice Cecil Dennis Morrison, OJ, CD, QC. He will be assisted by Mr. Gregory Wilson, a subsea specialist. The 3rd member of the COE will be a representative from an international investigative firm with experience in conducting probes into large industrial accidents, including in the oil and gas sector. This member is still being sought. Among the COE's objectives, to ascertain the scope of work by Paria for the exercise, to ascertain the proposals and plans submitted by LMCS to conduct the work at the site, to examine policy, procedure, and practices and conduct related to employees, organized labor for maintenance exercise, to identify the precise facts and circumstances which led up to and resulted in the loss of life, to examine all the decisions and actions taken after it became clear that the 5 LMCS divers went missing, to investigate the nature, extent, application of any standing orders, policies, consideration, legislation, or other instructions in dealing with the situation that give rise to the incident, to identify whether Paria and LMCS employed sufficient safeguards and measures to ensure the safety of its contracted employees, property, and prevention of the incident, to determine the adequacy of mechanical integrity of equipment utilized by LMCS. Well, let's see where this thing going, right? To determine the adequacy of LMCS plans which were utilized for the operation. Well, let's see where it's going, right? To identify whether by act or omission any identified or unidentified party directly or indirectly caused the loss of life. To examine the role played by Paria and LMCS through its respective units individually and collectively in dealing with this incident. To examine all other material circumstances that led up to and surrounding the incident that led to the deaths of 4 LMCS divers, continuing up to the recovery of their bodies. The Commission of Inquiries shall sit in public, but has the discretion to sit wholly in public, from time to time in public, and sometimes in private. The commissioners must submit their report to the President within 6 months of their first sitting. Minister Young stated that Paria have been cooperating fully with the OSH and the TTPS investigators. He expects the company will also fully cooperate with the Commission of Inquiry. So there you have it, folks. It's an investigation into LMCS.
And I saw somebody come out with a video today showing a camera going down in a pipe. And, it seems to imply that there was a lot of debris down in there, like old oxygen tanks and stuff, that it seems to imply that this may have impeded, people going down there and getting the people out. But I would like to know, right? Now, if the fellas went and passed through there to go and, where them oxygen tank come from? I don't know. I don't want to comment on things that I'm not, an expert in.
Yeah, I don't know how people could comment if you're not an expert on what happened down there in the water and the video and all kind of thing. But it's Trinidad and Tobago.
So I don't know what was the purpose of that video. What was the premise of releasing it? What was the purpose of it? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Funny Roberts want to know if Fish, you think Wall Street will give us 2 airline tickets to meet with him to negotiate the price? They will take a vacation at the same time. What price is that? What are they talking about? I know what they're talking about now. Albert Montano said, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
The average wage of Canadian is higher than TNT, and most people are not buying any electric car now. Let me ask a question. Antonio Clemens said the people, PNM took it down, man. We say, this is not PJ-13. I'm going to ask a question. In this country, right, an electric car costs, if you go and buy a Tesla, an electric Tesla car, I think the lowest level car is about $40-something thousand.
Right.
Right? So if you convert that, let's say 40,000, you convert that at 7 to 1 in Trinidad. That's 280,000 TT, right? And by the time that car reaches Trinidad, it will mark up 100%. Right? So that electric car is over $500,000.
Well, they may waive the taxes they usually do.
No, that's for ministers.
No.
Why not for the regular lay person?
Well, based on the fact that they had to use petrol, they may not charge. I don't think they will charge some of the charges.
But no, I'm just talking about the cost, I'm talking about the VAT that's going to be added on. The VAT. I'm not talking about the VAT that's added on. I'm just talking about the cost minus any taxes. Right? So when you say 40,000, that is just the price of the car. It doesn't include, the registration, and the taxes and all these other things, right?
Well, let's say it starts at 300,000.
300,000. That's 300,000 will be about 40 something thousand. All right, good. But no, Tommy, how we go start at 300,000?
Too low?
Like Trinidad, it's Trinidad and Tobago, yeah.
It's 300,000, right? 40,000 at 7 is 280,000, right? That's what you pay for it in this country. If you pay 40,000 for it in this country, you think you will pay 40,000 US in Trinidad for it too?
I would tend to think that it would be a little more lenient with some of the charges that you would pay.
Tommy, is Trinidad and Tobago. What lenient you talking about? You're not a minister.
No, the fact that this item is helping to reduce the carbon footprint.
Yeah, you would hope.
Tommy,
you would hope.
Tommy, you think them care about carbon footprint when it comes to profit? Huh? Boy, it could be even coal footprint. Them fellas don't care.
Because watch now. You see the situation with the gas? They're going to be forcing a lot of people to go back to coal pot and firewood stove. Because if they can't afford to buy the LPG gas, and you understand what I'm saying, right? How are they going to cook?
But we have that. Trinidad has that gas in abundance, you know.
But I'm saying that they can't afford to buy it.
They cannot make it unaffordable.
Well, and depending on the kind of house you have, the home you have, what is it equipped with? You understand what I'm saying? The appliance you have. Yeah, I just, I'm throwing a statement out there. People may just have to go back to cooking on coal pot and wood fire. You don't have no work. You can't afford to buy a tank of gas, Tommy. I'm thinking that way. Because if you have to take the money and put it in the expensive gas in the car, the big fancy car they're driving, they don't have money to buy food. They don't have money to buy other things.
Right. Now listen to this, right? I just Google a Nissan Leaf. It's an electric car. The starting manufacturer suggested retail price is $27,400. Right? And that's just the starting price. And that's a Nissan Leaf. Right?
A Leaf something gonna fall to the ground too easy.
Right. Nissan Leaf SV 28,800. Nissan Leaf S Plus 32,400. This is all US, eh? Nissan Leaf SV Plus 35,400. Nissan Leaf SL Plus 37,400. Right? So think about it. Right? Do the maths now. Tommy, if you say 30,000 for it, that's just the start in this country here, and you convert that to TT, 30,000 times 7, right?
210.
What?
210.
210,000. Now you know for a fact if that car goes to Trinidad, let me be conservative and mark it up 50%. Right? That's over 300,000 for that car already.
Right.
How many people in Trinidad could afford a Nissan Leaf? We're not talking about Tesla.
The bank's gonna find a way to make it affordable.
Banks can find it. Tommy, that's a good point.
Yeah, you have a point.
Those predators sit down and think of any and everything to make sure that they keep taking money.
Yeah, because if your car paid, they just come and take it back and sell it, right?
That's right.
No, that makes sense.
Same product we sold. Turn over 3-4 times for the bank. That's what the bank making their money.
And then there's a segment of the population that could probably buy it cash.
Well,
so, look at that Tesla, right? Standard range is 44,990. Long range dual motor is 50,990. Performance is 58,990. But listen to this. The standard plus fully loaded is 58,390.
Hmm.
Long range fully loaded dual motor is 64,390. And the performance one, fully loaded, is 75,190.
Hmm.
How much is the cheapest
Oh,
Tesla? Model 3, according to their website, you can order a brand new rear wheel drive based Model 3 for a price of $44,990.
hmm.
That's 45,000. Do the
But
maths.
I understand. In order to bring electric cars to Trinidad and Tobago, you have to build an infrastructure to maintain. People have to get charging ports because you can't plug it into your house charge it, right? So because we're around here in Connecticut, what I see, they have different areas you can go and charge. When I went to England, as you're driving and you get, you look at the charge, you can pull off somewhere and they have a restaurant and stuff, and you plug the car in and you charge it. Trinidad why are you going to invest in something and the foundation is not there to incorporate this thing into society? And what kind of road you're driving these cars on next? Roads are full of pothole, full of not even pothole, full of
Diana,
valleys, huh?
Diana,
And always flooding.
Diana,
What kind of
all you have to give the fella is a political genius.
wait now. You have to have personnel trained to fix these cars when they break down. If you want electric buses and thing, I hope you have personnel trained to
Diana,
fix the buses.
Let me.
It's
Diana,
all.
Can I throw a monkey wrench into the whole
Oh
soup?
Jesus, Lord
yeah.
Father.
There's this one African car inventor that invented a car that doesn't even need to be charged.
No, I ain't going to see light today. Forget about that.
Oh yeah.
I ain't going nowhere. Nah.
Wait. Electric cars and Tommy, you for real?
You
Look
know
at
what
the
will
long.
happen?
Come on.
You know what will happen, Tommy?
Mm-hmm.
Tesla want to go buy that company and put it in the back burner. Them will buy that company, Tommy.
I
Get
hope
a
so.
guy 75 million or 100 million and put that to sit down in the back there. Because them guys will make back that in short space of time.
What I'm thinking is that if that particular country, what country was that in again, if you remember?
Some African country, I don't remember.
Hmm. But you have to have when I was in England and I have a cousin, I don't know if he still has it, but he was coming from maybe 4 hours away to where I was staying. I was the first time I was gonna meet him. So he was telling me he had to stop and pull over different places to recharge the car. And the charge would tell you how many miles you'll get. Trinidad and Tobago you have to have that foundation. And where you put in these charging ports, you can't put the charging ports where they're gonna get flooded out.
Uh-huh.
Good night, Rose.
You understand me? These
But
charging ports have to be at an elevated area where rainfall or protected. I mean, let me just say
Diana,
that now. Oh
Diana,
God.
Tommy, think about it,
Mm.
right? The Prime Minister had a press conference and he threw up in the air electric cars. And look at us. We talking about electric cars in Trinidad and Tobago.
Distraction.
Yeah, it's a distraction from the real issue.
I told you that guy's a political genius.
Because
So.
because
Yeah,
The guy's a
because
yeah.
genius. He's a political genius.
because
Trinidad.
I tell you, at one point you can't hear people as though the cat had his tongue.
Well,
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about,
He's pulling you away from the real issue.
yeah,
Paria, right?
yeah.
Unemployment, the high
Mhm.
crime rate,
Man
right?
talking about
Suddenly a,
electric cars.
suddenly a parrot fly by and his slingshot was in hand. Slingshot in hand, parrot is dead.
Yeah, what electric car have to do with people that can't pay the rent and buy school booklets for the children? What electric car? Well, and you're threatening them already. The cost of gas gonna go, oil going, and the gas gonna go up, right? And then you're telling them one about the wheat from Ukraine and Russia, where we all know that it's gonna affect everybody everywhere, and those that have more buying power that can buy more in bulk, they go trade with them faster. You know what I'm saying? But I say, diversify in Trinidad and Tobago. Try breadfruit flour, try Tanya flour, try dashing flour. Try
So,
all kind of thing and make your own flour.
yeah. You see what Albert says about gasoline in Ontario
Yeah.
Mm.
That's the right idea. Yeah.
and in the US.
Mm-hmm. Boy, gas
Yeah.
up here now is like in some
Um,
places there is over is $4.50. Some places
mm,
over $5.
a gallon. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
do minimal driving now. Minimal. Yeah. I stay local. I don't do the long distance, I stay local. But tell you, I don't know. And then look, this whole wheat thing, it affects the alcohol industry because beers have that in it too, right? The
That affects
cereal
everything.
industry, the feed for the animals. What else? What else got wheat in it? Tommy,
Boy,
right?
that
The
affects
f-
everything.
yeah,
What
a
doesn't?
whole a whole lot. I think where you gonna feed the animals now? Where you gonna feed the animals? And
Wind pies.
grass can't grow here all the time,
We feed them wind pies and nothing chops.
huh? Tommy hitting
Correct is
hard
right.
today, boy. So that means we go get lamb then. We go get lamb instead.
You get
Right?
wind pies and nothing chops. That's what you get.
Yeah, boy.
Get
This
them
whole
lean.
yeah. Oh, you know what? See, I wonder if you can make flour from marijuana.
Yeah, you might be
You know
able to
what?
do it.
There is something in the food chain that they can make from hemp.
Yeah, maybe you can make some hemp flour then. And all them thing that knock about the place there, you have to learn to make sweet potato. I know you can make flour from sweet potato. Sweet potato flour. I remember stories back in the day during the World War when ships couldn't get to the Caribbean. There was one ship, the Bismarck, I think, that made it through. I always hear the story from the old people. But before it made it to the Caribbean, they had to eat sweet potato all how in Barbados. All how fried, baked, flour, all kind. They had to find a way to make, And this was gonna happen in Trinidad and Tobago. They had to start diversifying. Y'all better start stocking up on certain canned stuff because I'm gonna tell you see the same stock and what name? Guinness and Carib and all that. Them have wheat in it, right, Answer? Then they need wheat for that, right?
Yeah.
All
Mm-hmm.
you better start planting corn and find a way to make all your own flour down there. That these are things the Ministry of Agriculture should be looking into. You understand what I'm saying? Giving qualified farmers access to things and
Yeah,
I don't know.
wheat in it.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
Well,
Give
I
them
tell you, something has to be done, man. But I just feel, boy, I just feel that it's better to be transparent with the people and come and tell the people the truth rather than trying to mislead them. You know what I mean?
really misleading them because he wants to get he say he ain't going away. He's no lame duck by any chance, by any sense. So he's sticking around, making his case for why he's going to run in the next election.
And then people go vote for him anyway.
Yeah, of course, there are people going to vote for him. Your PNM people, your Balize drunk, ears waxing their ears,
Why? Why? Why?
macaroni red pie eating people.
Why?
Yeah,
Oh,
them.
why you have to call people all them names? No,
And
no, no. I don't know. I don't know the price of gasoline in Trinidad, right?
mm,
Now, this says here, super is 746, but premium is only 758. Well, Gobi. Well, expected to be, right?
and
You
diesel.
matter in this country, the difference between super and premium is that small of a difference in this
Mm,
country?
might
Huh?
be 5 cents or so.
Nah, it's way larger than that.
When I last saw it, until
Mhm.
this hike, and if you paid by your credit card or debit card, it depends, and if you self-serve and all, it depends. It depends.
Well, over here,
Mm,
the difference is no lower than 20 cents difference between
it
regular
depends.
and super. And why do people put super in their car anyway?
I don't know
Why
because I just put regular
I
because
just
it's
put
the
regular too?
it's their baby.
Mhm.
Yeah, the octane, and it's supposed to make the car go faster and Lord, and run better, and it's good for the nozzles in the engine and a whole lot of kapalapa.
Okay, so here it is. In this country, that's what I was saying. The current average for regular is $4.37. Mid-grade is $4.65. Yesterday the average was $4.32, right? And $4.32, and mid-grade was $4.60. A week ago was $3.75, and $4 and regular $3.75, mid-grade $4.04. A month ago was $3.55 regular, $3.89 for mid-grade. Right? So, I mean, if that is all your spread between super and premium, all you have it real good. Plus all you get subsidy too, plus all you being subsidized.
But listen, is where he gained the money from to subsidize it.
It don't matter. If they're getting subsidized, they're good.
Ansel, I'm top of the hour.
They're good to go. Of course, folks, we haven't seen Gary yet. Gary should join us shortly. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. Stick and stay, don't go nowhere. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
In the chicken cook. Every time they try to walk, it is full of cook. Took it to a cockfight, somewhere down in south. Carnival Sunday night, when you hear the shout. The cock can stand up, the cock can stand up, the cock can stand up, the cock can stand up. Now you can put a string, it fall down. Put the cock in a sling, it drop down. Look at what he do. Look at how we try, look at how we fall. The cock wouldn't stand up at all. The cock can stand up, the cock can stand up. Simon was a real playboy from country to town. The man always spreading joy, running women down. Was well known by people in the cockfight game. But that night was trouble, his cockfight in shape. The cock can stand up, the cock can stand up, the cock can stand up, the cock can stand up. Now you can put a string, it fall down. Put the cock in a sling, it drop down. Look at what he do, look at how he try, look at how he fall. Cock wouldn't stand up at all.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Hello, Susie. I have your $100 phone card here for you. You want me to call out the number for you, or you want me to text you? What is anytime she see me, she want me top up she phone for she. She had 3 phones on Digicel and 2 the mobile phone as well. You put there like this having hard. Every day must my she put hard. She only want me for card. She only want me for card. Yes, I'm going mad, mad, mad. She only want me for card. She only want me for card. That is only girl want me for. Sometimes I just can't take no more. Late at night, only in the morning, you don't come in. For card, she come in. For card, she come in. For card, she come in. She come in for cell phone card. For card, she come in. For card, she come in. For card, she come in. She come in for cell phone card.
Of course, we are back with you. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. You come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. Tommy, welcome back, boss.
I didn't leave.
Tommy, I told them 2 songs silent here, boy.
Crazy headache good, you know.
Huh?
Crazy headache good.
Crazy is the best, you know. Oh God, Crazy.
I tell you.
Crazy and them is the best, you know. They're real good. You gotta give them credit, man.
Yeah, they're wordsmiths.
Wordsmiths, boy, they're really good. Lana, welcome. Tommy, Albert Montano say you have wishful thinking.
Yeah, I am a utopianist.
Yeah, Fishstick say I watched Rowley talking about how much this country made on oil from 2007 to 2022, but under UNC, 2010 to 2015, the income was steady around 400 billion each year. Under his watch, it went down to 200 billion. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the UNC got some real good luck with the price of oil while they were in office.
Mm-hmm.
They got blessed.
Yeah. Dave Ramburn says, Fishstick, you block Nadia. She says she's not seeing your name. Gary, welcome.
Good night. How's everybody doing?
Hey, Phantom.
Gary, welcome.
Oh, hold on. Good night.
Yep. A Range Rover is 1 million landed in Trinidad after tax.
Wow.
What? That's over 100,000, man. That's a whole lot, boy.
Yep. And there's so many of them. That's the other thing. So that means there are a lot of people with money.
Troy Smith said, just like Manin failed with church in the heights of Guanapo, the Jumbie followed PNM and destroyed Petrochin. Okay. No, we don't know. We were trying to get Karen Nunes Teixeira tonight as guest, as well as we're gonna get her back, and we're gonna get the gentleman who represented Trinidad at the bobsled in the Winter Olympics.
Were there 2 of them?
Well, the one guy by the name of Andrew Mercano, I know him very well because he runs track too as well.
Right.
And I spoke to him, but I don't know the other guy. Rajri, good night. So let me see something else. What I have inside of here, boy. I have so much of things in here sometimes.
I send you you remember the Marislova who was here last week? Relative apartment that was building was blown out. I send you a picture of that. I have a lot of pictures from, they've been keeping in touch with me. The family made contact and they're willing to tell their story. I got a few reporters in Trinidad interested in the story. So what's going on over there? Were those people in a serious situation? They were
Mm.
Her daughter was transporting friends and relatives to the border.
Mm-hmm.
So they distress all around, man. And then they got all these people. I've seen the picture where all these people line up at that train station in the midst of a COVID pandemic, bro. I mean, you know, Putin is a real madman, bro.
But Gary, you have to understand this thing, you know. Seriously, this thing is bigger than we think it is, you know. This thing is much bigger and broader than we think it is.
But that doesn't justify him attacking a country who you can't stop a country making a decision who they want to join.
Gary, this thing
He attacked.
is bigger.
He attacked the Ukraine because
Gary, the United States invaded Grenada. Why did the United States invade Grenada?
The United States invaded Grenada because they had reason to believe that it will become a threat to their security.
Okay. So what is the difference if Russia...
Ukraine was not posing any threat. There was Ukraine. First of all, Ukraine was the country that was making all the weapons for the Soviet Union.
Gary, how close is Ukraine to Russia?
Okay, but Ukraine had not demonstrated any threat to Russia.
Gary,
but that doesn't give you a right. That doesn't give you that
Gary,
that gives me the same right if I assume that somebody's a threat to me for to shoot them on the street.
Gary,
that gives me the same right.
America invaded Grenada.
Yeah, but I'm just saying if we can justify that, if I'm walking the street and I feel threatened, I have a right to shoot somebody if I feel threatened. Then
no, Gary, you have to understand the bigger picture.
You don't understand the bigger picture. You watching the little picture. If Grenada,
remember Ukraine and Russia are landlocked. They're divided by a line, which is a border. Yes, if Russia has one system and Ukraine, who once used to be one of their states, was part of the
Soviet Union, part of the Soviet Union, not part of Russia. Russia ruled the Soviet Union, but they were part of the Soviet Union.
Yes, indeed. And now they are aligning themselves with the West fully. They want to become part of NATO.
Which they have a right to do. They have a right to align themselves with who they want to align themselves with.
Listen.
So Gary, Grenada have a right to align themselves with whoever they want to align themselves with.
Definitely.
If they want to align themselves with Cuba, if they want to align themselves with, why did the United States invade a helpless country like Grenada? Why do you think?
Definitely, they had a right to align themselves with who they want to align with.
So why
and Dr. Rowley have a right to align himself with whoever he want to. If he want to talk to the Iranian president about oil, he's free to do that.
All right, good. So why doesn't Ukraine have the right to align themselves with who they want to align themselves with?
Them have the right to align themselves with who they want to, and so does Dr. Rowley.
So good. So Russia now, seeing that they're gonna align themselves with the West, and Russia knowing that the West is a threat to Russia, right? Think about this. If Ukraine have United Kingdom, United States, Canada, and all of them putting ammunition in Ukraine, right? And they're right next door. Russia is right
there
next
was
door.
nothing like that going on there. There was nothing like that going on there at the time.
Gary, boss.
No, they hadn't moved. What?
Boss, once Russia see Ukraine trying to align themselves with NATO, that is a threat to Russia.
But that doesn't give Russia the right to attack anybody. So if I feel threatened by that, that's the right to attack somebody?
It didn't give United States the right to attack Grenada either because they're aligning themselves.
No, definitely not.
Okay, but that's the way of the world.
I am not justifying that.
But that's the way of the world. Everybody's trying to protect their rights and their interests.
But that's what I'm saying also. So that brings down to the ordinary man in the street. If I feel somebody move next door to me and he have some guest I feel threatened, that give me the right to blow his house away?
No, that's different. That's totally different. It's totally different.
So if some boys from Chumaka come walking through my neighborhood and they really mean no harm, and they're visiting a friend kicking some ball, that give me the right to shoot them?
Larry, that is different. Because you don't know they are from Chumakak. You don't know that. Russia knows who is going into Ukraine. Russia
I
know.
can't agree. I cannot agree with that at all.
And you have to realize the people in Ukraine and Russia are the same people.
Same people.
Right, but that
As a
doesn't give
matter of
you
fact,
right to attack and blow somebody's house and shoot them. It's
Gary,
just like the police
Gary,
shooting people unnecessarily out here.
Gary, people have said that there are Russians in Ukraine who've been under threat by the army of Ukraine.
But they're living in Ukraine.
But they're under threat because they are considered to be Russians.
Okay.
And they have been targeted by the Ukraine army.
So that is why Russia attacked them, basically.
No. Gary, when
but I do not support the fact that you could just shoot somebody, blow up their house just because you feel threatened by them.
Gary, what did the US do with Iraq?
Did I support that?
They said there was weapons of mass destruction, and they invaded Iraq and
Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11, right? Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11.
Why did America invade Iraq? These superpowers have to defend their territory at all costs.
Or even Libya.
Well, let me tell you something. My prime minister in Trinidad and Tobago have the right to meet whoever the hell he want to and talk business.
Okay.
And who don't like it, tough.
Okay. But but Gary, you have to understand there are consequences for all of these things. There are consequences for Russia invading Ukraine.
But answer him, this is the same dictatorship we come out of, indentured laborship and slavery, where we have these people calling the shots on we independent, right? We independent and we still not independent and free. We had to answer to Britain, and then we had to answer to America too.
That's right.
Gary, you have to understand the big picture. You can sit there and say that, oh, Russia still invade Ukraine. Gary, at the end of the day, right? Singing Sandra says, nobody wins a war. Anytime in war, right? People are going to lose their life because they are an accessory to war.
Well, I am supporting the people of Ukraine to fight them with every last drop of blood.
And Gary, that is no problem. But what you have to understand, you got to understand the bigger picture, my friend. You cannot just say, well, boy, well, you could say.
The war was unjustified.
Gary?
Well, in Putin's eyes, no, because NATO coming right at his doorstep and want to, point missiles and things. Just like it's supposing Putin had come to Canada borders and Mexico borders.
But no, that wasn't the case there at the time, Diana. That wasn't the case yet.
Look, I believe this war is going to
look,
escalate.
Russia mounting up in Venezuela.
I believe this well, and he's going to be on the South American continent. If that is so,
Venezuela is right next door to we. If one missile,
listen to me. He not interested in Trinidad and Tobago. He interested in conquering South America, which has its own fractured, different governments down there, a whole heap of poverty and all that. So if he get into Venezuela, at the top of South America, he can control everything. Look, all it. No.
Trinidad is gonna be.
In the crosshairs.
That's right.
But that again, given
Gary, think about the distance between Taiwan and China. Think about that, right? You think China gonna allow, right, the Americans to come and put ammunition in Taiwan?
So did I say I support that?
No,
I don't support. I am not supporting anybody to invade anybody's country. I'm not supporting that.
Gary, none of us support that. But
no, we don't.
And we had to stand up against it.
But
Gary,
Gary, why them then stand up against Venezuela when America put sanctions on Venezuela? America was supporting Guaido. Now America back to Maduro on the table talking.
And look what the Indians said. The Indians said they're not backing America. They're staying out of everybody's business. You see what I'm saying? India says she ain't getting involved.
What's she doing? Drinking water?
I don't know. She's drinking water and minding her business. So he gonna be able to go on with this This craziness that he going on with. You see him shoot into when you can order missiles to be shot into a building that you know house pregnant women and lactating babies. You are a madman and a criminal, and you care less for human life.
Yeah, we just can't look at this thing at the surface and think it's surface. This is not just surface. This is a bigger picture, and this is a big
Yeah,
picture for the
I don't
world.
care what size the picture. He ain't got no damn business going and shooting up the people there in their
No,
country.
he don't. But he's doing
And
it.
I support them. I support
But
them to fight them
Gary,
and they will blast
they
with the
can't. They
blood.
okay. They can't, but they can't win.
It don't matter about winning now. It's go
They
after.
can't win.
Let me tell you something. If there's no fight Putin army, go after his ass. Go for after the head. Forget the whole body. Go after the head. Use your army strategically and go after the head. Go after the Kremlin. Flatten
But
it.
but listen, that culture is a different culture. Them is a warring people, you know.
Warring people. Let me tell you something.
Them is warring
We
people. You
people
know.
know. We people have to learn to fight too.
I mean,
Gary,
Okay.
Gary,
We
wars.
all too often
Is
falling with
war. Is
tails behind the
wars.
leg.
Gary,
All right.
Lions love say you're playing checkers. Why the rest of the world playing chess?
Checkers. Let me tell Lions love. Yeah, this Indian ain't bowing to nobody. This is no Mahatma Gandhi Indian coming in peace, brother. You step on my corn,
But
and I'm
Gary,
gonna chop off your foot.
Gary, your partner Rajvi say, this is your partner. Rajvi say Gary is so woke he blind.
You saw what?
He's so woke he blind. That your partner Rajvi, eh? Rajvi will
Gary's-
defend you to the hilt, eh? Gary, Rajvi say
Yeah, because you know a lot of them Raj and Maharaj put their tail between the leg and let the British step on we necks for 300 years and kiss their foot, right? Most of them Indians in the fight. They bow to the man they bow to a few men with a few guns. Thousands and hundreds and millions of thousands of we, and we bow to a few men, right? And let them enslave we. Take away we wealth, take away we gold, we diamond, and want to dictate what the rules going to be for we. I say hell no at this point, not with this Indian.
Gary, I have a video here. Let me see this video here. This guy explained. Let me see if I get this video here. This guy explained. Right. Let me get this one here first. This one here. This is a good one here. I get this one here. This one. I wonder if I have this in here, boy.
A lot of them was hiding behind their religion. They're raping and killing their wife and mother and sister, and they're hiding behind their religion. They can't do nothing.
Yeah, but guy, we gotta understand in this war, nobody wins a war. Eh?
I don't care. I don't care. We fighting for me. We fighting till the last drop of blood in my veins. I'll be going down fighting. So that you have to send a message to people who want to oppress you that this ain't going to be easy. We fighting until the last man stand. Okay, you make me leader. Any troops, any country, we fighting till the last man drop. I don't care if we win. We taking you.
But Gary, in order for them to succeed up there, they have to deploy a different measure to deal with
What
him.
I am saying, forget fighting. There's the soldiers coming in the country. Go after Putin.
Yeah, to deal with and it's alleged
Rock his boat.
It's alleged that he's thinking of using chemical and biological warfare. Okay, and that could blow and come all over the world. Eh? All right, I don't know.
Nobody wins this war, man.
I don't. Some evil person could say, you know what? Let me get one of these vials, and where they could go in a subway, New York City subway with it. So you don't want that. So what they
So we must phrase somebody because they have a big gun.
Yeah.
I said we take them out.
It's nuclear weapons.
They have nuclear weapons.
Okay, so what? Well, so that means what? We should bow to them?
Yes, we should negotiate with them.
Negotiate?
I will negotiate a bullet in them.
Oh, right. Answer player disclosure statement.
Yeah. Disclosure. I am not encouraging anybody to bow to any oppressor. You want to do that on your own. Don't come next to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to fight. Enough is
Yep.
enough.
Yep.
Enough is enough.
And I never trusted him from. There's something about him. I looked at him as the way his eyes and how he bends his head. I don't like it at all. I don't trust he at all.
Well,
I
let
knew
me
he
tell you
was gonna
something.
do something
I
stupid.
say they use their weapons strategically and hit the Kremlin where it hurts the most.
Yeah, Gary, you really want that? I watch now. Let me wait.
Views
You
expressed
wait.
by the program participants, including those on social media, are solely their opinions and views and do not reflect the opinions and views of WZYE management and staff.
Gary, you see, what you have to
Also,
understand.
Gary is not part of the management of staff of WZYE. So I wanted to
Gary,
make that clear.
Gary, what
All
you have
right,
to understand
Gary,
is
his
that.
opinion is his own opinion.
No, but Gary,
Well,
what you have to
And Gary
understand is that.
fighting, Gary is not going to bow to any enemy, no matter how much big their gun is.
Gary, watch. Let me tell you something. You know, right now there's an American cosmonaut up in space with a Russian cosmonaut or astronauts, right? And they're threatening to leave the American up there. Okay, then. I don't go.
Well, listen to me. So that should be what? So we should bow?
No, you gotta negotiate. You just leave that man
Gotta
up there. Who can?
negotiate.
Nah, let me
How
tell you
you?
something. There are some people that you cannot negotiate with. Putin feels Biden is soft. He has gotten the blessings of Trump to push Biden's buttons. Okay?
But listen, he may have to deal with Kamala Harris, an angry black woman.
Gary,
Ah,
They're
Gary,
gonna see
ah,
they're gonna see the real Wonder
ah,
Woman. This one.
Gary.
Watch out.
Look,
ah.
next one
Okay.
of
Watch
your
out. Watch
partner,
out.
and next one of your partner, fish stick saying, Gary now calling Rowley as PM, but saying, don't bow to the oppressor. He say,
Well, if
man
I
just
agree,
corrupt
Rowdy, you
my
know, this time
mind.
my
Yeah?
prime minister.
You're corrupt. You're even corrupting fish stick, Gary. The man say that's called Rowley. You're calling Rowley a PM now. And you're saying, don't bow to the oppressor. So you're
They all,
corrupting him.
everybody think, they think Biden old and how long he gonna last. Well, don't pray for none damn thing, eh? And she's a Douglas woman, eh? She have Indian and African blood in she, eh?
But let me
Do
say
I
something about Rowley now. If me
look?
and Rowley fight, if me and Ansem fight, let me tell you something. Any outsider come and attacking Ansem or Rowley, I standing up. We
Mm-hmm.
fight is between we.
I
But
want to
if my prime
negotiate.
minister
But
should
let
be
me
free to
negotiate.
talk to who the hell he want to, anywhere in the world, and no country should tell him who he can and cannot talk to. We have to put an end to this nonsense.
But Gary,
Yeah,
we had to try and negotiate first, though.
yeah.
Negotiate. Let me tell you
Yeah.
something.
We had
Mhm.
to negotiate.
But
You
then they
can't
let
just.
go. Then they let go some prisoners between themselves, Gary.
Who's that? Ukraine?
Maduro let go some prisoners, and who else?
Ukraine?
Yeah, no, America. Some they let go some prisoners. Some they did some prisoner release recently. Can't remember exactly where, but they did some prison. So negotiation. You need that fella, that cosmonaut up in space to come home. You can't leave you up there. The
You have
man
to
go
negotiate.
dead. You gotta negotiate.
You have to negotiate with
Negotiate.
them guys and them.
Yeah, boy.
Because if you don't negotiate with them guys and them, more people go dead.
Yep.
You have to negotiate, and that's why they place sanctions on Russia and take them off the SWIFT system.
hmm
You
But like
understand?
you say, Anselm, who is that hurting? It hurting the small people in Russia. It ain't hurting Putin and his oligarch friends.
No, it will hurt his oligarch friends too. Because they can't transfer no money to banks outside of Russia. They can't do no transactions.
Well, I hear they're going into the. I hear part of the problem is not only oil. Part of the problem is the cryptocurrency. They change. They want to change to this cryptocurrency thing. So they
But
who want control of that. You understand what I'm saying?
Diana, we also got to understand Russia is the #1 exporter of wheat. Ukraine
Mm-hmm.
is the #5 exporter in the world in wheat. Russia is
Mm-hmm.
#1, Ukraine is #5. So think
Mm-hmm.
about it. You know how many countries that affect if they can get wheat from Russia and Ukraine, and they may have to go other ways to get that wheat. You know how expensive these things come, all the byproducts? All the byproducts from wheat becomes
So that
way more.
justify what? That justify Russia to go in and start shooting up the place?
No, it's just by you having negotiation in order to work things out.
Let me tell you something. There's no room for no negotiation with Putin there right now, my friend. You have to fight. You have to take them down.
Oh, you go, but Gary is only the Ukraine again. It's like a squirrel going up against a big 500-pound bear, grizzly bear. Who you think gonna win?
But you have to hit the bear where you can take him out. It's tragedy now comes in.
So Gary, so let me ask you a question. You think by taking out Putin, somebody else go come and you go be better than Putin, right? Or you go be worse than Putin?
Yeah, he has a fella in the side there. He's a prime minister.
Is somebody
or
somebody gonna
president.
be better or worse than? You're either gonna get somebody that's better, the same, or worse.
And Putin made himself president for life, eh?
You don't know.
Let me tell you something, eh? I say we hit Russia so hard that there's no return for Russia.
Oh, wait a minute, no return? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was up to me. It was up to me.
And you would drag America into the war. They'd be drafting all them young men and women, and if chances are he'll shoot a missile.
We have to fight strategically.
He'll shoot a missile to right straight in the back of them new buildings that they put up downtown Manhattan there, and it could reach her.
But let's take a listen to this one.
Now that the country is slowly reopening, let me remind you all what is in store for us on the roads. Endless traffic. Because the country has been on lockdown for so long that many of us would have forgotten what it was pre-COVID. Pre-COVID, TNT was one giant traffic jam. And that brings me to my point, because many of you wouldn't like to admit it, but one of TNT's biggest loss that we have ever taken to date was the day we lost this man as Prime Minister. Forget PNN, forget UNC, forget the party. Let's talk about the man himself and the vision. He had a vision for Trinidad and Tobago, whether I want to admit it or not. And my biggest regret in life to date is the day I bad talk him taking China from what I saw on TV. Because now I'm old enough to see that the man actually had a vision. Way back in 2008, he looked at the road infrastructure, he looked at the transport system and realized that it was inefficient. Every developed country needed something called a mass transit system. They needed a way to move their citizens across the country.
Now let me say this. I remember this vividly. I was in France for a world championship. And I used to hop on a train, boy. The train used to run within the city. Taxi running, bus running, car running, all kind of things. And them train used to transport you efficiently from one place to the next without a problem. And here I take pictures and I post it on my page. People say, hey boy, we don't want that here in Trinidad and Tobago. We don't want that. That's too expensive. We don't want that. We want maxi taxi and we want bus. We want PTSD bus and we want taxi and we want PH cars. That's what we want. Right? The man come with a vision. That is the same man who had another vision for we to have a private jet whenever any dignitary in Trinidad, whether it's the prime minister, the president, ministers going anyway. And I will play the first song in a palace state of mind. Remember that?
Boy, all them countries coming here to America for the UN. Where do you think they're coming in? Okay.
Yeah, but Gary, back then we was crucifying Patrick Manning. We don't want that.
Well, listen, the only disagreement I had with Colin Booth, and I told him straight up, is that running the train the way he was going to run the train line. All right. I said, move a little closer to the shoreline, go through the Caroni Swamp, and come straight into City Gate. All right. This is what I told him.
But we needed that. Let me finish. Hold on.
But they had a train
not only in mass, but efficiently. So in 2008, he consulted an international company to get a feasibility study on what we now call the rapid rail system. But many of us were too small-minded at that time. We wanted this. including myself, because we could have had these rapid rails running up and down TNT right now, and where they fell short, we could have had the PTSD bus picking up the slack, and wherever the PTSD bus fell short, we had the water taxis, and so we could have had a robust mass transit system to mitigate the traffic. But we
Yeah? All you hear that? Yeah? But we don't want that. Oh, that's too expensive. And we was basking in oil money, you know. We was rife in oil
Well,
money.
the first mistake was to get rid of the train system we had in Trinidad.
Yeah,
Because
because
you disrupted the infrastructure and you
But Gary,
caused things
we
to shift.
already had the places that we could put it.
And there were already houses built in some of these train lines here that they couldn't go back the same route.
Eminent domain them.
Eminent domain my hell. What I said was we could have, to prevent all this confusion, we could have taken an alternate route and shift the thing a little bit, which it was very possible to do. It's just that they were being narrow-minded and wicked at the same time. Okay?
But Gary, you know Newark have a railway system?
Yeah, go up in the beta and tell them eminent domain now.
Gary, when you eminent domain,
you want to go harass the Indians down in Caroni,
Gary,
all right?
Eminent domain.
Flood the Indians out in Caroni, no
Gary,
big deal.
What you think they do with them people in Tobago to build the airport?
Eminent domain.
What do you think they do?
Let PNM go cross the people up in the beta and see what happens.
Gary, what did they do in Tobago to build the airport? Gary, in order to get
if you can choose an alternate route.
What alternate route they gonna choose? If you see how Tobago is, you ever went to Tobago Airport and see how it is?
No, I'm talking about the rapid rail in Trinidad. If you could have chosen an alternate route, no, but they were just being bullheaded. It's just how they're just being spiteful and wouldn't open some schools that was built by the previous government because it's UNC money and PNM money and not TNT money.
But it's Trinidad and Tobago money.
Yeah, not TNT money. It's UNC and PNM money.
Hold on.
You understand?
Wanted this. So we take on the opposition. So we battle the man, run him out of office, and now look at us. A broke third world nation in the middle of the Caribbean with traffic around every corner. And with falling oil prices and no refinery, NGC inefficient as ever, we have no revenue coming in to ever afford a project of this size ever again. So we just have to take what we get right now. Because you know why? People wanted to stay comfortable. They wanted to go by the side of the road and flag down a Maxi, hey, they're going town. Or flag down a PHK, hey, they're going to St. James. That's what we wanted. And I see Caribbean mentality in us. And I say us because I am included because I was one of the bad talking as well. And since then to now, who have we gotten? We gotten the Honorable Cabinet Prasad Bisesa. We got Dr. Key Christopher Rowley, and I thought out of the two of them, one of them at least will take us forward, the next great leap forward. The best thing Kamala Prasad Bisasa did was his laptop program. I thought it was going to move into the digital age. No more big school bags, no more sharing total 10, 20 books to school. That program fell flat. Then we get the PNM again, and I say, okay, well, Dr. Rowley gonna further, take me forward. And since then to now, it's really nothing. Don't want to admit it, but we stagnant, As a nation, we stagnant. Everybody else moving forward, and we just stuck,
But let me say something here, all right? First of all, our biggest problem is we centralizing everything. You have to move away from this sending everything into Port of Spain. We needed to decentralize. We're sending too many people into Port of Spain unnecessarily. All right? So that's a lot of these government offices. This is, you should, if you live in Manor, why the hell you have to go San Fernando or Port of Spain to get your documents?
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you, but any developing nation needs a mass transit system.
Yeah, that is included. But what I'm saying to you is some of this traffic could be dealt with by decentralization. Decentralize the ministries into subsections in the country. All right.
Now listen to this, right? Capiza says Patos was a waste of time, right? And right after him, Lana says Patrick Manning was a boss, better than Ketos. This is just to tell you, right, that Capiza saying that Manning was a waste of time. I mean, I don't know how Kapisa could say Manin was a waste of time. And after Manin, we get Kamla Prasad Dussessa, right? And the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago, his words, not mine, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, right? And you saying Kapisa Manin was, Patos was a waste of time, boy? Really? I mean, that fella had a vision for the country. There are certain policies. Now, I didn't like the situation with Collar Hat. And that allowed
more than that was happening. More than that was happening. Not was just a situation we called that.
But that allowed Dr. Rowley to bring down the PNM government in order for him, right, to ascend to be the political leader of the PNM.
Get this straight. Dr. Rowley didn't bring down the PNM. He helped.
Dr. Rowley brought down the PNM. Dr. Rowley brought down the PNM.
Don't fool yourself there. Dr. Rowley didn't bring down the PNM. Who brought down the licks that Ramesh Lawrence Maras put on Patrick Manning with the evidence he had at hand that really ruptured it. He and the Ramjack thing. That is what really caused damage.
What evidence?
All right. Rowley ride on that. Okay, so it's not one person that pulled on. Kamla did not pull down the PNM. She benefited.
No, I never said Kamla Prasad.
No, I'm just telling you. She benefited.
Dr. Rowley.
People like to praise her that she pulled down the PNM, but she didn't.
No, Dr. Rowley was responsible for bringing down the PNM.
Dr. Rowley got involved with what was already taking place. With the information and the damages that Ramesh came. Ramesh had real evidence, you know.
Who went to the parliament and said there's so much corruption in my party? Who went to the parliament and said that?
Yeah, but that was just part of it. He's not the one who pulled down the PNM. He helped, but he's not the one who pulled down the PNM.
Most people, not all, most people in Trinidad will disagree with you. Especially people in the PNM.
Well, those people disagree with me because they don't know what I know.
Well, Gary, most people in the PNM in the know will tell you that Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley was the one that brought down the PNM and brought him into prominence as the political leader of the PNM.
Telling you, PNM people would like to say that. PNM people would like to say that. But
how did Dr. Rowley
I am telling you, Dr. Rowley helped, but he did not totally do that on his own.
How did he become political leader of the PNM?
They vote him there?
How did it? Is after Manning lost the election, the people attacked Manning for calling the election, number one. Okay? The party attacked him viciously. They threw chair and thing on the man.
Why did the party attack Dr. Patrick?
For calling the election early and losing it because he was overconfident.
Gary, Calder Hart was the main reason why.
I wouldn't say Calder Hart was the main reason because we had O'Halloran and a lot of other corruption going place and the people in the PNM did nothing about it.
You know what year O'Halloran was?
In the 70s.
O'Halloran, come on, man.
In the 70s.
Okay, but I'm just saying we had all these people.
Gary, you bring in O'Halloran to the 80s.
So you think O'Halloran did anything different?
But Gary, how could O'Halloran bring down the Manning government in that? I don't understand that.
I'm not talking about Manning. I'm talking about in reference to the PNM. O'Halloran did his thing. All right? He got away with it. He left with real money. Right?
Gary.
There is one to bash certain people and don't look at the other people. But I'm just telling you. Anyway, back to what's going on in Russia there and between the Ukraine. Right? I see it clearly that Putin has no justified reasons to start killing people and blowing up their house. And anybody start shooting at me, I shooting back. To hell who there is.
Yeah, but you might be shooting pellet and they shooting missile.
Well, I say we fight them strategically and hit them where it hurts the most. When you're fighting a grizzly bear and use a rabbit, you have to bite where it hurts the most.
Let me say welcome to Izzat Trini. Izzat Trini says, and this is the truth. This is the so truth.
Not Izzat Trini. I Izzat Trini.
No. All right, Izzat Trini. Okay, my bad. Isa Trini. Trini's too damn happy with their third world mindset. Isa Trini, partner, you preach. You remember what Valentino said? This place nice. And what's Power saying? We like it so. Right? Look how years ago them fellas sing that song. Years
Right.
ago.
So all the complain that people suffer in the country and people this and people that, right? Protests. How many people show up? Carnival. A taste of carnival. Where the people went?
But you know what? You know what? Shame on you PNM people for pelting Manning with a chair. All it should be shame all this. That's where you all treat a man that run the country. So he lost an election, so what? Only pelt him with chair and chase him. Shame on you all.
All that take care, all that
so.
take place.
Shame on all you. All who pelt chair at him, all who call him name, all who chase him out the valley. Shame on you all. You all have no decorum and no kind of class. The Bajan girl say so.
Patrick Manning had a very good relationship with all kind of people.
But thank you. Listen to this. Gary, Eugene Julian says, my partner from Washington or Baltimore. It's the same thing they did to Claude Noel Highway in Tobago, the eminent domain, people house. Look at that highway now. That highway nice. Look at it now.
No, the PNM was just being spiteful to mess with the Indians in Caroni.
I know you're joking. I know you're joking.
Take that.
But they might think that, you know. But listen, listen, you have to understand that in order to make improvement, there may be some discomfort.
And now we out of money, go and tax all of them who have money. Go and tax them Indian who sell the doubles. Right?
But Gary, that's
Gary,
that's how it goes. If you're living in Trinidad, you gotta pay tax. You gotta pay tax.
I'm just saying, okay. But the man who was having a good time and squandering money, don't worry.
But Gary, look at UNC friend Joan saying, Manning is much better than Rowley.
Manning is much better than Rowley.
Yeah. Your UNC friend Joan. Joan, welcome.
Joan at UNC?
You see, there you all go again.
Is Joan at UNC?
Joan.
I don't know if Joan declared that they
Gary,
Joan or Joanne.
Gary, just go along now, man. Oh God.
Yeah.
Somebody say Eric Eustace Williams committed suicide. How you know that?
Anyway, I want to know what people in Trinidad are going to do about their situation. If they're happy.
Well, the midterm elections will tell you, and the general elections will tell you.
But I think Trinidad is happy because after I see a taste of carnival, I don't think we have any problem in the country.
Gary, your partner fits stick like he vexed you, boy.
But yeah, because what? Because of what? I defended Dr. Rowley?
No. He said Gary tell me to go on 91.9, but like he did more than me. All that garbage he talk.
Well, I tell them to go there and carry them kind of talk over there.
Oh yeah. Right.
That's what I tell them. I said take it over there.
Yeah.
Because certain things we ain't gonna tolerate here.
Correct is right. Hey, look, Lana said Kitos mash up Manning to get the position of PNM party, but nothing lasts forever. Kitos, he mash him up. He mashed him up, Gary, to become leader. Right? He mashed him up in parliament.
Certain statements were made certain people did certain things and practice certain things on Mr. Manning, and that's what bring him so.
Gary, you got me vexed, though.
Gary, Gary, what kind of proof you have of that?
I said it was said. I don't have no proof. I said that was said.
Okay.
I have no proof for that.
Gary, hold up. Listen to this.
Was not prepared to that is what it was. We just were not prepared to accept that. And Mr. Speaker, you don't know the trouble I see. You don't know the trouble I see. I have had to live with that for 12 years. When you can't have your way, and when he cannot have his way, Mr. Speaker, his method is to bully. That's what it is. His method is to bully you. That is what I fought against. That is why his influence was terminated. Mr. Speaker, we do not tolerate bullying in the secondary school system. We're not tolerating bullying in the cabinet. We're not tolerating it. And if the member for Diego Martin West wishes a cabinet in which bullying is the order of the day, he's going to have to form that cabinet himself. It ain't going to happen in this one. It's not going to happen. He must learn to behave. I don't know if the member realizes it. I don't think the member realizes it. That when you carry on with hate that you have, it impairs your judgment. It impairs your judgment. That is what it does. And therefore your prescriptions are not straight.
Did she assure you of her innocence?
What do you think she told me? What we talked about? Her guilt? Are you implying that she told me yes, she was guilty of taking public money? I told her yes. Is that what you're saying? Are you implying that she told me about her guilt and I covered it up? I am asking you a question. That question you just asked me, whether she pled her innocence. Are you implying that she did otherwise and I covered it up?
Yep.
Bully.
What do you say, Gary? What do you say, Gary?
Language, Uncle Ketos. Language.
Gary, what do you say?
The man is trying to clarify the question. That's what he's trying to clarify.
Hey, Gary, I find you swinging your mouth, you know. The man is a bully. You know what I mean? Trying to clarify a question.
As far as I see there, regardless of what Tony asked, he's trying to clarify the question.
By buffing.
By buffing and bullying people.
Hey.
Huh? And shifting the go. And when you want to have a press conference, you have the questions get sent to you beforehand.
All right, guys.
I could speak about one of them who over and over tells the country at press conferences every 2 or 3 days that they will support nothing that the government brings to the parliament because they have some kind of grouse. Take an oath of office to look after the people's interests without fear or favor, malice or ill will, but going out there and telling the media every Monday morning they will support nothing that the government brings here. And that is true. We will not cooperate with the government of Trinidad and Tobago on any matter. We will isolate them for as long as they're in office until they leave office. The following bills came to this House, and the position of the UNC as the country's opposition, where these bills are required to be put into law for the good order and the interest and the benefit of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, wouldn't support it. Most. But because of the responsibility I have accepted, my job is to annoy the Prime Minister.
Did Manning know what you were saying or what?
Politics has a morality of its own.
Let's talk about something bright. Duke is down in where? In Dubai?
But listen to me. Like you were saying before, Ansem, the man won the election on a second term. So if the people disagreed with him or they're unhappy with him, they would have changed that.
True.
All right? So why we killing ourselves to help people, and we hearing people suffering and people calling me for this and they have no food and this and the other. When time to put, metal to the gas, what they do? Or foot to the pedal, what they do? Right? So what percent of the people disagree with Dr. Rowley? What percent of the people unhappy? This is where we have to find out the truth.
Hey, they made a choice, we got to live with it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, what percent is unhappy with Dr. Rowley? Guys, we have to find out.
What percent of who? The
PNM? The population.
But Gary, if you take away, let's do an unscientific poll, right? If you take away the UNC voters and ask the PNM voters if they are happy with Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, what do you think the end result will be?
There's definite silence going on here. Hello?
I think he will come back.
Gary?
They mute Gary mic.
Gary mute his mic. I don't know. Eugene Julian says development is inevitable. Correct is right, Julian. Development. How are we want to get? We want to move from a third world country, right, to a second or a first world country. How we gonna move to a first world country when we are maxi taxi transporting people? You go out there, you hell a taxi. Like when I go home, I hey, take one day, boy. You going down there? You going down the road?
And wait now. Let me finish now. And you have standpipe, and
Right. You cannot get standpipe.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you get water 2 days a month.
Right.
And where else again now? How is that moving to a first world country? And you
It's the great is the PNM.
Potholes galore turning into craters.
They already are craters. What's wrong with you? Road split it in half.
Tighten all your belt and wean all the stuff off the government.
You can't even get proper internet in some places. We trying to go to school online when you force them to go to school online, and you trying to have no devices, nothing to go to
Who's
school.
that? One in every 100 children? I see them happy down there, girl.
You know, so how are we turning into?
Gary,
I don't know.
Gary, you didn't hear the question I asked you just now? Gary, or you going again? Every time I ask him that question, he going, Gary?
Come back with a question. You know where I'm at, so I can't respond.
Here's the question. Take away the UNC voters and come to PNM voters. If you were asked the PNM voters if they are happy with Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, what do you think a majority of them may say?
Yes.
Well, what they may say and what they may do at election time is two different things.
No, I'm just asking.
Okay, I'm just telling you what they may say. The same people, we see that too many times. Same people bad talking will go in the other party camp and bad talk and collect all the goodies they can. On election day, they go and vote where they're supposed to vote.
Ask me the same question, honestly.
You know what, Gary?
You answer the same question. Wait, Tommy, answer the question there.
It has some partner yours will be jumping camp.
Gary, let me answer now. Them Balize drunk, hypnotized, macaroni, red pie, red stag, red sweet bread, red penny eating, red pilau eating people, they gonna go and vote for the same nonsense again. Red callaloo too. And you see Oric made some red and green dumpling the other day. The red dumpling eating people, all that.
But
red KFC. Red KFC.
But isn't it true that when you mix red and green together, red and yellow together, is get green, right?
Mm-hmm.
But nobody eat Oric red dumpling. All the red dumplings stay back.
So them people are drunk on red. They're gonna go blindly and stick the finger in the ink and put back the same shit. And then when thing hit in the fact, I can't get work, I need help for the CPAP and the URP and the this and the, and they're not looking for advancement for the children and the grandchildren. They want the children and grandchildren the same stupidness.
Tommy,
right? Nobody wants progress.
But Diana, the whole Labantil was what? Almost yellow for the last election.
Gary, that's not true, Gary.
What?
Gary.
Oh, that's
Gary.
the beat them.
Wait, no, here now.
Gary, them put up one set of beat them a yellow flag down there, and it looked like if it went yellow.
That's what you see. But when they went the other way.
Let Judge Volney come in with a black and orange thing here. Then you have the Pepto-Bismol, that anthem let's call them. Then you have Watson Juke. So you can have a whole lot of thing up in there,
Watch and see what happened in the next election.
A whole lot
Watch and see
what
happened in the next election.
I want to ask you the same question. If, forget about, let's leave out the UNC voters. We will ask the question, if the same PNM voters had to vote today, will the majority of them vote for Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley?
I don't think so.
And I agree with you.
They're not going to vote for Dr. Rowley?
Yes, I agree with you.
Today.
If Dr. Rowley happens to be the leader when the election is called, they're not going to vote PNM?
No.
When they're going to vote? They're not going to vote?
They might just sit on home.
Yeah.
I will have to see that to happen, to believe that.
Okay. But, you know, it happened before, right?
What happened?
It happened before in 2010, right?
That's right.
It happened with Pandey, right? It happened with NAR, right?
To me, one of Trinidadians, one a loss. When a loss. When a really loss in truth. When I not think I give Bajan girl here now. When I lost. When I not thinking country at all. When I only thinking party and race. All I wanna is
Exactly,
Trinidadian.
exactly,
All I
exactly,
wanna carry a
exactly.
Trinidadian
Now you're
birth paper,
talking. Now you're talking.
including me, the Bajan girl. When I need to start thinking country, what is best for the country, and stop looking at this party thing. I'm tired and fed up of winner. I'm fed up of winner now, eh? Good.
And that's
Top of
across
the
the
hour,
board.
Anselm.
That's across the board. It ain't
2
no
minutes.
in any
Correct is right.
society.
Correct is right.
Top of the hour.
Yeah, all right. Just before we go for that, all right, let's go for the top of the hour. When we come back, we come back. Hold on, eh? So, folks, it's in the village with the DAG Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. Of course, René Mohammed, welcome. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. We're going to go for a quick station identification. When we come back, we're going to hear what Fazil Mohammed had to say. We're going to hear his opinion with what he has to say. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay, don't go nowhere. Be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Last time this conversations thing. Is the Prime Minister ever going to have one of those conversations thing in a UNC constituency? Because again, it just comes across as political grandstanding. If you're going to have these things only in PNM controlled areas, then really you're not really interested in representing the wider interests of Trinidad and Tobago. You only turn up in these safe areas. That's one thing. Secondly, apart from all of the apology, I mean, the apologetic thing is tiresome, but I had to listen in. I wanted to watch the cricket, because the cricket had started 6 o'clock in the evening. I wanted to watch the cricket, but because we interviewing Dr. Rudal Monila this morning, I had to watch the thing to at least pretend that I'm interested in what is going on as far as the toing and froing and so on. So I had to watch it. And then you had the whole, again, the PNF apologists, you get fed up with it from the Prime Minister go down. But you had to tolerate it. All the apologies and the excuses and the whatever. But then came the threat. And I didn't think it was appropriate for the Prime Minister to threaten the people of Trinidad and Tobago the way he did. Because he was going on and somebody asked a question from the audience about the death penalty and imposing the death penalty. By the way, could the PNM have somebody holding up a placard, say applause, 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 because they had Hans Levines urging the people to applaud every time the Prime Minister gave an answer. So Simon de Nobrega, one of the other stooges there in Balize House, get 2 placards, Bristol board don't cost much, get a marker, and have somebody in the back, whether de Nobrega himself, saying that to applaud. Because Hans had to tell everybody to applaud, because clearly you had to do that when the Prime Minister gives an answer. But getting back to this threat, with that legal thing, he said one of these next things, he is going to have the Attorney General come and give an explanation. No, I mean, I don't think anybody could endure Faris Al-Rawi for an hour and a half. Really. I mean, that is cruel and unusual punishment. It's bad enough to endure the regular PNM apologists and so on, Prime Minister Martin Gonzalez and so on. But to have to endure Faris Al-Rawi with that meandering nonsense for an hour and a half, that is really cruelty, Mr. Prime Minister. I think you really need to really think twice about that. Hopefully the West Indies might be playing a match that evening, but I wouldn't watch it anyway. To endure Faris is really asking too much. As we get to the break, let's give you a reminder about Trinidad in history.
So with that, Fazil gone against the PNM now? Fazil was a pro PNM?
No, Fazil was never pro PNM, Gary.
He tries to be
He tries to be balanced. He does.
I tired of one of Trinidad doing a bare nonsense in Trinidad. When I'm messing up the government messing up the place, and one of that going out and vote in these local elections. When I need to get it right for one of children and one of grandchildren here. Otherwise, it's them to bear the brunt here, and
Diana,
Barbados
we
ain't
living
gonna help
outside,
one
eh?
there. Okay,
We living
well.
outside, eh? They heard of this,
When I need,
Kevin?
I don't
We
have no
living
children,
outside.
no grandchildren to leave in this world behind to deal with Putin's foolishness and Rowley nonsense because they would want to go back home to the land of their grandmother. You understand? When I need to get it straight and to take Trinidad forward progressively. Yeah? You only want when I want taxi and electric bus and pothole in the road and standpipe and when something hit again, another pandemic hit again, everybody catching the nenen, ain't no safety net in place. When I need to get it right and the next government put in charge, make sure they do what it's supposed to do. Or y'all strike on them. Don't go to work. What are they going to work for? What are going to work for? And when they ain't getting the services, shut it. I tell one of them shut it down ever since. But when they're not listening, but don't listen to Diana, don't listen to the Bajan girl. Shut it down and see how fast they get things fixed. Shut it down. When
Gary,
how it is.
Go ahead, I'm
Gary,
listening.
I'm gonna play this one for you, and this is I want to get your opinion on this one. Hold on, I don't know if you see this one. Let me see, what the hell is this? Why that happening? Hold on,
You know, hearing the answer, them happen. DJ Boss or you mute yourself?
Nice searching.
Right, he mute himself. He told he chopping the gum, but nobody ain't hearing
Yeah,
him.
no, I mute myself. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I wanted to do something. Hold on. All right, here we go.
Answer, you were frustrated as snail.
Uh-oh.
Nah. There we go.
Machapong ese? 20. Yeah, wait that day. How much weight is that? So like you can't be serious, you weighing that pork with the pan?
Yeah. What
you mean that the pan very serious, so you charge me the weight of the pan? Take off the pork and I'll put way back the pan. No, you're rubbing me. Weigh the pan alone. No, weigh the pan alone, let me see. Me, I had to go up the road. You can't be selling pork and rubbing people with a pan. The scale reading 0. The scale reading 0. Right now, the scale. No, wait, back the pan, let me see. No, you're rubbing people here with this pan. What's the name? What's the name? Rampol. You see this man named Rampol?
Uh-oh.
Oh
Paul is a ram rubber.
God. Rampol is a pork robber.
You see? Now, Gary, we can't paint a broad brush and say all people that sell pork, right, are robbers.
So who are you trying to defend here?
No, I'm not trying to defend anything. I'm trying to say that we can't paint a broad brush and say everybody else.
Because Rampol.
Well, that's like how we can't paint a broad brush and say all Indians are UNC.
But guys, that's the point. That's exactly the point.
We know much Indians, in the PNM?
In both parties.
No, Gary, we are not saying one way or the other. All I'm saying is
I know what you're saying. That's saying how people just talk out there.
We shouldn't paint broad brushes of people and saying one people are like this because there's bad in every culture and every race. We are
Not
bad.
in we Bajan culture.
Not
Oh,
bad, boy. It
we are
have
bad.
good, bad, and the ugly.
Right, good, bad, and ugly.
We
You
Bajan
never
is
watch the
loving
movie?
people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, see who we put
Like
as the
me,
prime
like
minister?
when we growing up,
Okay.
most of the people we grew up in Trinidad was very nice people.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
you see,
know,
because what we have to understand is that
Well, Gary, nah.
you could go over
Nah.
anybody's house and eat and play cricket, and you know what I mean. They just happen to be passing through and they go by somebody else. They come and they offer you something to eat, and you know the usual
Nah,
way. Now, what
Gary,
you see going on down there?
Gary, they had bullies in my area where, they didn't want the girls to play
But,
cricket and football
well,
and things.
we know there always were bullies. It wasn't, but the bullies multiply for some reason at this stage and things. You
Yeah.
know, and they're more
So,
equipped now.
so we always
Yeah,
had
we know.
a bad one in the lot growing up, and that bad one grew up to
Well,
be a bad John,
whoa.
and
I
always
know
in
I know of some
trouble.
situation that some children, because they were Indian, had to run home for after school because they're getting licks.
But not when Diana was around.
Yeah,
But he
well,
ain't beating
I mean,
on
I'm sure you've
nobody.
seen. I saw you
Uh-uh.
seen some of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was a
but
little fella I
okay.
used to have to take he to school because the mother asked me to take him to school. They used to beat him up, and they would take away his bike from him and take away when he playing on a certain street, Linden, McEnroy Street. They'll take away lunch from him, all kind of thing. So he tell the mother he want to walk with me. So I said, okay, come on, let's go.
But
And
let me give you a story. The first time, there was one time I had a 25 cent. We don't say quarter in Trinidad. It's 25 cents
that's
to
like
buy
plenty money.
to buy a Pepsi.
Say a Bob.
Yeah,
A
a bob,
bob.
right? Yeah, and a fella come and bounce me and take it away. Now I was kind of shell shocked at the time because I ain't no used to that as a first kind of week in school. But guess what? That was the last and the first, because everybody else coming up who tried to mess with me, I fight them back. I fight them back.
Mm. Yeah, those were the good old days. That's why we need somebody now to help Ukraine, but nobody ain't stepping in. You notice nobody ain't stepping in, right?
No, because there's certain things into play, and let me tell you something. Sometimes you have to break the rules to save lives, and I'm prepared to do that.
You see, but the fear of escalation is the issue. And they feel that if they break the rules, they're going to lose many, many more lives.
I have a madman at the helm.
But
A
let me tell you
mad,
something. Like I
angry
tell you, it's
man.
the same way our people were scared of the man who come with the gun in the country and capture with people. If we did stand up there and cut their ass right there and then, we'd have been a little bit better than what we had, right?
Gary,
Okay.
it's a different day, It ain't the same as.
No, but that's it now because the man have a big gun and you're fighting a grizzly bear and they what? So because it's a grizzly bear and you're big and bad, you're going to bow? No, we have to find a way to take down the big bear. We have
Yeah,
to find a way, and it takes determination. You have to make up your mind hard.
but you can't be perceived as the person who's going after the bear, because then they're gonna target their anger toward your
Well, let me tell
country
you
now.
something. If a bear got me, my back up against a wall, what choice do I have? I had to find a way to either kill the bear or the bear kill me. Right? So I mean, no bastard panda say if you see him and a lion fight, then feel sorry for the lion.
Right.
You remember he used to say that?
Yep. You don't feel sorry for me, feel sorry for the lion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Gary,
I'll be right back.
I think you're trivializing and downplaying this whole.
No, I'm not downplaying. I am saying to people, not because a man have a big gun and he yelling and screaming and big and bad and smelling bad, that we bow to him.
We already see what he's capable of doing.
So we have to stop him. That's what I'm saying. We have to change our attitude, and there's a time to fight and a time to talk. Right? So what I'm saying to you, it all boils down to strategy now. Use the little that you have to cause the most damages. That is what we have to do. That's the kind of strategic leadership you need here militarily. You have to use the smallest weapon you have and the smallest tool to cause the most damage to Putin. And that is what we have to do. And if Biden not prepared to do that, he better hand the mantle to Kamala. Yeah. All right. So maybe a little shaky in his old age. And when you get older, you kind of a little simmer down and your blood not hot like mine's. So the thing about it is, what I'm saying to you, it all boils down to tragedy. We cannot bow to people because they're big and smelling bad. And that's my point of view. That's the way I feel about things. The rest of the people could bow. Too many other people bow down. Like I said, Africa and India bow down to a small group of people, and let them rob we of everything we have, and them living better than we. And up to this day, they're dominating. They're calling the shots. They tell me to jump, and they tell me how high to jump to. We're independent, but yet not independent. If we make a decision that they don't like, they try to put some spokes in the wheels. Okay? So, it's the time you got to take a stand. What happened to answer me? Disappeared?
Nah, I'm doing some stuff here as well while we talk.
All right. Tell me, say something while I'm doing this stuff then.
What you want me to say, senor?
I am saying it's time that we fight. That's all. Same time we fight.
Nah. There are no winners in war.
It don't matter. It don't matter. When somebody decides to invade your country, that changed the whole game right there. Talk done. From the time a man decides to shoot up your country unnecessarily, it's like a man pass and shoot up my house. You think I'm going to try to talk to he and try to reason with he?
You could only respond with a gun if you have one.
The only language I responding to he is the equal reaction. And worse.
But if you don't have a big gun, what you gonna do?
Well, the small one had to work. I just started hitting where it listen to me.
If you have no gun and he has a gun, what you do?
Well, I had to make a bow and arrow and take his gun away. But all I'm saying is we have to be determined. We have to stop being so damn weak-hearted. You understand? We have to stop being so weak-hearted. I know most of the people come from a kind of soft kind of upbringing and culture, and we're not really warriors. We're not really warriors. We're not hunters. We are gardeners, and we quicker make a dance than a fight. But things have to change. You have to fight. It's because we didn't fight in India and Africa. That's why we is where we is. And too many traitors among us will sell us out for a few pieces of silver.
That's a given.
I just think that that we as Trinbagonians, we have to start to think about, okay, we have to start to think about how can we all, unite so we could have a better country. Because if we continue down that road of where we're going,
I don't know how much years it will take, bro. I don't know how much years it will take for us to face reality. I don't care if the man is my brother, my best friend, he's not doing the right thing, we have to ship him out. Right?
Gary, Eugene Julian say you're not thinking straight.
I'm not thinking straight?
Well.
Ask him how he was thinking when he voted in the last election.
Well, who you know you vote for?
I just asked him. Asked him. I don't know. I asked him how he was thinking when he voted in the last election. I don't know who he voted for.
Eugene, Guy wants to know how he was thinking when you voted in the last election. You should ask him if you voted in the last election. That should be the question.
Okay, that's the next thing too. Like, I can't vote. I have no ID card to vote.
Well, I have an ID card. That should be the first question. Lions Love said, Gary, it's not about being weak-hearted. It's just you have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. That is very true, Gary.
Fold them. Let me tell you something,
You have to know.
The minute the minute you stop somebody in the tracks, the first time they step on your toe, they're coming again.
But Gary,
all right. But
what
if
he's saying-
if you remain silent, they're gonna keep a bully will keep pushing his luck. You give a bully an inch, he's going to take a foot. Give him a little foot, gonna take a yard. Then he's gonna push for a whole mile. And next thing you know, you got your back up against the wall, and he riding you all the time.
But you have to know, Gary. You have to know when to hold, when to fold, when to walk away, and when to run.
But answer, in my school days, I make them fold in the beginning. All right, I make them fool in the beginning.
Gary, Eugene Julian say he has not voted in no election.
You know, in my school days, you know, if anybody who knows me and want to talk the truth, I'm telling you, you know, like always I have the morning shift and the evening shift. Evening shift and morning shift want to fight.
Some of them fight. I walk away from.
I stand up. I watching, and morning shift across on the one side of the street, and evening shift on one side of the street, and nobody crossing while I stand there. I left there 45 minutes after the fight started.
Gary, Eugene Julian say you have not voted for more than 40 years.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I am telling Eugene Julian that we have to stop these bullies in the track from day one.
So, Gary, you haven't called for the stop of Dr. Rowley?
What do you mean I haven't called for the stop of Dr. I tell Dr. Rowley where I disagree with him. I have mixed matters with that. I always said where I disagree. I will tell Kamala, I will tell any man Jack where I disagree with them and where I agree with them. But at the same time, internationally, I will defend my prime minister. Internally, we go fight about issues. We go disagree. And I will tell him where I disagree with him. But externally, somebody come at him. That is my prime minister. I defended him.
So, Gary, Lions Love say Wall Street. Do you understand that the racists were doing much better until the 1% showed up? You agree with that, Tommy?
1% my head. Listen. Stop making excuse. Stop making excuse.
So you saying that we weren't doing better? He says, do you understand that the racists were doing much better until the 1% showed up?
So that comes just like the same 1% that took over India and Africa and enslaved all of it. What we did about it?
Nothing.
Okay.
So Tommy, you agree with that? You agree with Lions Love?
And who served the masters?
Yeah, Tommy?
Wall Street.
Yeah.
You understand that
the racists were doing much better until the 1% showed up.
Until the 1. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a point, you know. That's a point, you know. You know, I don't think we ever really thought about that, you know. Right? I mean, I think that's a point, Lions Love.
My point is we can't blame nobody. We can't blame a cow for getting fat because we kept feeding it all the time. It's who made the cow, who keep feeding the cow the grass. Right? But the majority feeding the cow. And you want to complain how heavy the cow is now? No. Change your game, partner. Change your game.
Rajvi said Eugene is probably the smartest man here because he's not falling for no lie or no, you know what that is. It's on the screen. Eugene, I'm let's say you're smart boy. Nah, our man go be smart and he vote for 40 years. If you're that Trinidad and you vote for 40 years, then you have abandoned your country.
Well, you don't know if the man was stranded out here in the country.
No, you abandoned the country.
Some are we struggling out here to keep we head above water.
Gary, Eugene Julian abandoned the country if he haven't voted for 40 years. You should take away green card, take away his passport, take away his birth paper, everything. Take it away from him. What is the purpose?
You haven't voted for which country? US or?
Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, but they can't take away green card?
Well, they should do that. They should punish him because he's not a Trinidadian anymore.
You know, they could really take away what he
All right, take away boot paper. Take away boot paper.
they got his ID card. I don't know.
ID card. No, I don't think you know ID
Revoke.
card.
You could give him a non-voting ID card. Revoke his
No,
voting
no,
rights.
no, no. You can't do that. Take away boot paper. Take away boot paper.
What?
Take away boot paper from him.
You
Tommy,
ain't
you
gonna
don't
say.
think so?
You ain't gonna tell her. You know, I don't care. My bank account good. That's what he might tell
Tommy,
you.
Yeah.
you don't think we should take away? We should revoke Eugene boot paper? He should revoke his boot paper. If I work in Ministry of Legal Affairs, I go in and look in the vault and look for Eugene Jr. And I send him his boot paper with an X mark on it.
My God.
Hey, but Gary, look, Nadia agreeing with you, you know, Gary. She said Gary true.
What does she agree in particular with?
I had actually. Nadia, what are you agreeing in particular with Gary on? She said true. But listen, you see, good night to you, Nadia. Nadira, good night. Good night, Nadira. You know, I think we have to get real in Trinidad and Tobago. We have to get real. Because at the end of the day, we have to find things that we can do to make the country better. We have to find how we can make the country better. In spite of the different parties that are in power, but we are so caught up in the party politics that many of us, not all of us, many of us, allowed our party to blind our decisions.
I decided going forward that I'm not supporting any political party. Any. I would address the issues that I see.
You gotta pick a side, partner.
No, I ain't picking no side.
You have to pick a side.
No, I don't know that.
Now you just have to pick a side.
Why you have to pick a side, Anselm?
You have to pick a side.
Why you have to pick a side?
You can't. Well. No, let me say this.
Why can't you just vote for the proper candidate?
But you're picking
Why
a
you have
side
to?
still. You're still picking a side.
But you're when you say pick a side, that means you're staying on that side throughout the year, through thick and thin. Why can't you just wait till election time come, hear all the candidates, and vote for the best person possible? That's what I want. And this is as a PNM and use a UNC and it's sickening. That is what's dividing the country.
Anna, you are picking a side.
But
yeah, but what I'm saying to you is, the thing is that a lot of it is very. First of all, some people not voting for somebody because of their race. That's the number one thing in Trinidad. All right, I thought we'd have gone way beyond that already by now. All right, and it's very disturbing to see the younger generation caught up in that bullshit. I mean, you can understand the old people, you know, caught up in that kind of nonsense. You know, but the city is very disturbing to see the young people involved in that. You know,
and that is what talk about picking a side instead of picking the better candidate. I registered Democrat nor Republican. If the Democrat went in there, what's his name, and then he do a whole heap of foolishness that I didn't like. So I say, you know what, me voting for he.
But Diana, when election comes, you have to pick a side.
I picking a candidate.
No.
That's different from picking.
We're talking about Trinidad. We're talking about Trinidad.
That's what
I'm talking about in Trinidad. In Trinidad, Bago.
You need to pick a candidate.
Even in America, you have to pick a side.
Yeah. But I live out here, and I'm not going to pick any side.
But you can't vote both Republican and Democrat in an election.
I vote for candidate. Yeah, and I'm not all year long. I'm a Democrat. I vote for the best candidate.
Diana, Hold on. Before the chat goes, Nadira says, Ansem, we need to. Nadira, send that question again. We need to something the country. Send that again. Type that over for me. We need to something.
We need to Gary the country.
Yeah.
Who's Gary now? What I mean?
No, that's what
she needs to Jari.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what she's trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Jari?
Yeah.
So it's like, you pray, you pray for the country. It's a sort of prayer kind of thing, to take off the way, to remove the evil that is suppressing them. Like they have different way of saying things in different religion and
Sorry,
variation.
I pronounce it different. Sorry, Nadira.
Yes.
It's a Bajan. Me know them thing.
No. That's why I was asking you to clarify. René Mohammed says some majority you mean. Eugene Julius says, Diana, how will you know who will be a good candidate?
The policies that they come up with, and I look at.
But Diana, in Trinidad, we're talking about election in Trinidad.
How would I know?
A candidate don't have a manifesto. The party has a manifesto.
I don't know.
Trinidad, you pick a side.
Trinidad is doomed. It's doomed.
When it comes to Trinidad election, I'm not taking a side.
Doomed.
I want to remain in a position to chastise anyone doing wrong.
They're doomed.
No, Gary, Nadia agrees with you. Now, Gary, the cow. I'm agree. Stop feeding the cow.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She agree with you.
You're feeding the cow, and you're complaining the cow gaining too much weight, right? And so, I mean, come on. This is what
Nadia
we did.
Nadia says it's Jari. Thank you, Nadia.
Yeah.
Rennie says people just vote with foolish emotions and not with fair judgment.
Thank you.
Capiza want to know who's my side. My side is the Soca Warriors.
I don't have no side in Trinidad. I've never voted in Trinidad and Tobago. I wanted to in last election. They wouldn't give me back my ID card in time. So I don't have no side.
I don't have an ID card either. Listen, and I can't vote.
I don't have no side.
René Mohammed say we need Mother Corn Hawks. Who's Mother Corn Hawks?
I always wanted to ask that. Yeah, who is that?
Help us with this. Who is Mother Corn Hawks? Tell us who is Mother Corn Hawks.
We need somebody with old Trini history now.
Yeah, we need who's Mother Corn Hawks.
Montano would know that.
Capiza says use a whole coconut tree in Jare Rowley. All right. Oh God, look, they're going now. Don't Jare Hines. All right.
You gotta remove the evil. That's what they're talking. There's a price to remove evil.
Dana, Eugene Julian, wait to answer the question.
Wait, Mother Corn Hawks practiced her medicinal arts and, according to popular local legend, mastered the witchcraft, which made her one of TNT's most feared personalities.
Oh, okay.
Lenny Catherine Brizan.
Who answered that?
No, I looked it up. I Googled it.
Oh, okay. Diana, Eugene Julian asked the question, how would you know who would be a good candidate?
Well, now, everything going on, in Trinidad and Tobago, I want to hear policies. I want to, how they're going to fix the economy. I want to know what are you going to do for the future children? How are you going to fix the transportation system? All these things. How would you prepare Trinidad and Tobago poised to handle the next pandemic, which could be 100 years, could be right around the corner, right? Because the way these viruses evolve, right? I want to know.
Who does that come from, Diana? That doesn't come
from. When you want to get rid of pandemic, you just have a taste of carnival, all right?
That comes from the leader, though, Diana. That doesn't come from the candidate.
What do you mean, the leader?
Of the party.
That is the way all you do it in Trinidad, and it shouldn't be done that way.
When there's an election, a fella running for mover Laventille. He ain't going up on the thing and talk about nothing about that's
well, then he need to be talking about what he gonna do for Mover Laventille.
Correct. That's what you will be talking about.
That's what I'm talking. Not them fellas there. You start from the bottom, the council members, the whatever, who else? The MPs, the aldermen, all of them. We want to hear what is your vision, and everybody's vision should tie into the leader's vision. That's how it's supposed to go.
I don't disagree with that. So
Huh?
my good friend Capiza says, Ansem don't bob and weave. It had no shame in being. He said, Ansem don't bob and weave. It had no shame in being on a P&M side. Well, Capiza, pick a side then for me now. Pick a side for me now. Because what side you think I should pick?
I can't even pick a side, and I'm born there.
Well, listen to me. The way I would put it is, if you are happy with the performance of the present administration, so be it.
But Gary, let me be honest. Let me be honest. Even if the present administration was doing good, right? The opposition would have find things to say that they're not doing good.
But that is opposition politics. But we're not talking about the opposition. We're talking about the people in the country. The opposition.
But listen, even if people will find the opposition people will find they're not doing good, and the people who support them will find they're doing good. That's just the politics we have in Trinidad and Tobago. Whether we not want to admit it, but that is the fact. Like, for example, Gary, I decided that the government that I supported wasn't right with respect to exile and stranded citizens. And I took a stand. That's not normal. That's not normal. That's not normal.
But it had people on the ground there trying to ambush me.
Remember,
calling me all kind of names, curry mouth, and straight here.
I'm a UNC dog. Remember? Okay.
Yeah.
Right? What does Raj
and
mean
not
by
knowing that some of the people that I was helping, in fact, were people that looks like them and from their own camp. Okay? I had one woman, when I give she the help, she didn't want nobody to know. She started to shake. In fact, she had to refuse the help, somebody help. Because I lined she up, and when I come, I just bring down the whole house for you.
Oh, Lord.
So you know how I just work, Diana. And somebody helped that I give she, I won't say what it is. She didn't want nobody to know because she didn't want the people in she P&M camp to know. She started to shake. She get nervous. Like the zombie hit she all the way over here. All right? So I'm just telling you. So this thing is no joking matter. Let me tell you something. These people are under duress in this politics. All right?
What does Rajvi mean by Khadija Amin 2025 facts?
And what do you mean by Diana Trump or Harris? Rajvi, don't get me vexed here. Don't get me vexed.
You going to Rajvi again?
Don't get me vexed here. Yeah, we talk about
Rajvi
Trump.
to make you get vexed?
Huh? Trump will never see inside the back of that White House again. Trust me.
The back?
The front.
You might see the back, but not the front.
Hey, Rennie, Nadia agreeing with you. I don't know what it is, but Nadia agreeing with you.
You see, plane nearly. You see, he was in a plane the other day, nearly dropped down out the sky. Jehovah does work in mysterious ways, eh? The plane had engine problems, and unfortunate for him, the pilot, like, he didn't want to go and see Maker, so he turned back the plane and went back to Louisiana. Watch all this stuff. Okay.
Eugene Julian says all candidates say these things when they campaign. We don't hold our weapons.
The pilot didn't do the right thing. The pilot should have put on the parachute and jump out the plane.
Oh, Gary. I didn't want to say it, but you read between the lines.
What Rajvi saying here? Kamala only studying to back talk PNM. She care about the people. She don't care about the people at all.
Who's Kamala?
These people don't know Gary. They don't know I'm a tactical man.
Kamala.
How come people know I go vote PNM? Vote PNM Ansem. You see, PNM taking good care of you. Nobody don't know who I go vote for in 2025.
Well, I can't vote. I don't have an ID card. I need an ID card to go and put my finger in the ink.
But realistically talking, I had the best cooperation from this administration than any administration.
Diana,
Oh, no.
Nadia says all of them the thief, PNM, UNC. Is that true?
I have no idea.
Gary, is that true?
Some people, when they get prime ministership, didn't know Gary. But I'm telling you, as of today, I had the best collaboration and cooperation out of this administration in getting things done.
Louis from Sesame Street died? Oh, no.
I mean, I wish they were performing, the rest of them were performing as up to certain standards. I mean, but realistically and honestly.
So, guy, you mean they're performing better than your party?
What I'm saying to you is this administration has given me the best collaboration.
So they collaborated you better than your party.
So I guess my bad behavior paid off.
So they
people saying don't say that and don't do this and don't do that. I do my thing.
So Gary, they collaborated with you better than your party did with you.
My party.
Wow.
Let's remember which party I supported together with you.
The one in
let's remember which party I supported together with you.
Prime Minister's office don't like me, so they don't like me. They say I'm obnoxious. So if somebody tell you I can't vote for them.
I'm being very honest and straight up. I don't mix matters. But I'm telling you, I wish a lot of things were better because I had the best collaboration and cooperation from this administration. They don't have a thing I didn't call there and try to address that they didn't collaborate.
Yeah.
So Gary, I think you get better treatment than even I did.
Treatment in what?
You get better treatment than I did.
Yep. And they don't like to hear me at all.
You get better treatment, man. That's a good thing.
They don't like to hear me.
Like I said, when I told all you, I was coming with my 2x4 soaking linseed oil, right? I don't know if you saw that statement.
Because you know why they treat you good? You and Heinz is pals. All his pally.
But let me tell you something. But in all the faults, all the faults that Heinz have, right? And everything that he does do, he was the only Minister of National Security that collaborated with me like this.
Yeah, all his buddies.
I'm glad for him, man.
Let me tell you something. Heinz put a lady couldn't get an exemption in overnight in a plane. Overnight. Because I asked him and related the situation to him. Heinz did that. We couldn't even get a word out of Short Young. King Short Young. We couldn't get one word out of he. No matter, we couldn't reason with him. Short Young had no heart towards our people. No heart at all.
Yeah, they don't like me, but
they don't like you at all. And they don't want to hear the Bajan girl at all.
Maybe it's because they like him that much. I don't know.
Let's listen to this gentleman here. Hold on, man. No, they like Gary, man. Gary
and the constituency in which I would be registered is MP Khadija Amin.
Boy, I think I had to get my PNM party card, yes.
Yeah, that's that. Wait, them she has been all the time here. So.
Hold on, huh?
Those of you who say I don't know what I'm talking about, hear what? Legal notice number 56.
Hold on.
Good morning. For those of you who say I don't know what I'm talking about, hear what? Legal notice number 56. It was amended yesterday around 9:30 that all credit unions will be operating as safe zones. All credit unions. You know what this means? People go down and rush and pull the money out of the credit unions, and the credit unions go and collapse. Why they don't make the banks a safe zone? Because like the people have shares inside there, right? So people, let us unite and fight so that when destroy this small man like myself and you. Let us unite, let us get together and fight. Remember, legal notice number 56, all credit unions will be operating as safe zones come today. We're not taking this fast. Enough is enough. People, let's get out there and push and fight and put this government under pressure. Come on, enough is enough.
They need to stop that.
Stop what?
That safe zone thing.
Well, the Prime Minister taking advice from the wrong people. All right?
They need to get rid of that. They need to scrap that. You know, here now, you don't need no, some places you don't need no face mask. In our school, you don't need no face mask no more.
Nope. And
Face
it's up to the business. If you go in there and they tell you to wear, but you can walk around Connecticut, no mask needed, be good.
No mask. Mask
You know? I just to sanitize my hand regularly, you know, and stuff like things I touch, you know, whatnot. You go
Nadia
about your
says she don't
business.
vote. Nadia, why you don't vote?
But answer, Kamala Prasad must tell me why I should support you for Prime Minister in the next election.
Oh God!
She must tell me why I should support you.
Gary, boy. Gary, you want to repeat that, boy?
But I see something
Mrs.
somewhere
Kamala Prasad
where somebody said
why I should support you in the next election.
Repeat that again, Gary, please.
Again, Mrs. Kamala Prasad Honorable Kamala Prasad must tell me why I should support you in the next election. Why?
I see where they say they want Rudy Lal Munal to run the party, to run for Prime Minister.
But Gary,
the party would have a better chance, they say.
But Gary, the other day somebody come on here and they say that, and you was opposed to that, you know.
Opposed to what?
Yep, you were.
Yeah. When they said time for Miss Kamala Prasad to go.
That's not. I can't. Somebody asked me to make that call. I said I am not in position. Who is me? I am nobody to do that.
They didn't call for she to go though.
I didn't call for she to go. That is not up to me. I'm just saying, for me, as I am concerned, the decision to make who is the political leader of the party who should resign is not up to me. What I am saying to you is she needs to tell me why, or anybody else, why they should support she for Prime Minister in the next election.
I feel they should put Rudy Lal.
Not just me. I mean everybody. You know, but me in particular.
I don't. You know, I watch her when she do her press conferences, and she doesn't come. I'm telling you, I ain't no. Don't jump all over me. I have nothing against the woman, whether she's Pio, Indian, Chinese, the Trinidadian. Okay, good. She does not come off as a fierce leader, and somebody to go up against this Uncle Ketos. You need somebody fierce.
She won before, you know.
Fine. I believe she won on the premise that she might have been the first, because she's the first female prime minister. But now in these times, the thing changing. You need to bring the country.
She won based on things were put in place where she.
Fine, but
she inherited
to bring the country along and change the country and the dynamics and stuff. You need a person with, you know, like Dr. Rudy Lal Muna, you know.
Time for new blood, man. Time for
new blood, yeah.
While they're attacking Mrs. Kamala Prasad,
I'm not attacking her. I call her again Jackie Jacket. And let me tell you.
Copiza say Rudal is the man.
And look, and even look, in Barbados, if Mia Motley was not the person, I'd say so too. But Honorable Mia Motley that's the person we need at the helm. You need person. If she had that disposition, that personality, forward. You know, she doesn't come off strong and fierceful and forceful to me. You know,
one thing I ain't playing. In one game I ain't playing worship the leader. One game I ain't playing. All right.
But Gary, you don't ask yourself why so many people support Mrs. Kamala Prasad.
They're free to do that. It's just like why so many people support Dr. Raleigh. They're free to do that.
But there was an internal election. No, since you brought up the point now, there was an internal election and she won handedly. She beat Rhoda. Well, no, she beat Bassan Brown like a drum. She beat him like a drum, but she beat him like.
But then perhaps she needs to step down for the betterment, but for the better chances of
No. She needs to lose another election and learn that the people, you know, that's what happened. Step down. Then some people need to get licks. That's all.
Look,
And then you hear they don't want the PDP in Trinidad. I mean, they don't want the PDP in Trinidad. That's a Trinbagonian party, and they have the right to expand in Trinidad and you know. So
They
they
have a
don't
right.
want
The
it. That's
UNC have
it.
a right. The UNC have a right to expand in Tobago too.
Oh, amen.
Okay.
Amen.
Why become so Indian and African when they have to go to Tobago?
Amen.
You know much Indian just go to Tobago and spend their money there?
Totally agree.
All right. In fact, I just saw they build a Hindu temple up there.
First one.
Starting to build also. Yeah.
First one.
Yeah. So, I mean, the same way the PDP should have the right to come to Trinidad, why the UNC had to be scared to participate in it? It's a national party. It should be free to go into Tobago and campaign and contest an election.
But watch the
why
next election.
UNC have to stay? Why UNC have to stay out of Tobago? Because it becomes an Indian African thing in Tobago.
But watch now, look. They get beat. They get whitewashed in Tobago. They get sandpaper down in DB, PNM. So now you have PNM, you have UNC, PNM, PDP, the Philip Party, and George Volney Party, and who else again? You can have a whole.
George Volney wasting time there anyway.
Well, you don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
He might
You
swing
don't know.
some.
We have seen that happen too many times.
He might swing some votes away from certain people.
Oh yeah, but like I said, the people have to decide if if they want government or don't want government. If they just get us to prove a point and collect a few votes, the thing about it is obtaining government is what the objective to be. And if everybody want to open their own shop just to show their colors and not be able to be in the game to make any changes, then go right ahead. You know. I've seen it happen too many times, you know. With these small, everybody want to open a political party, you know.
So listen up. Lions love Rajvi, Renee, Eugene, and Kapiza. Put closing comments in the chat. Lions love Rajvi, Renee, Eugene, and Kapiza.
Maybe we should go open a political party down there too. Just for the hell of it, right?
Yeah.
Not me.
Everybody doing it. What's wrong with we? Get some.
What would be the name?
I don't know.
The DAG Triplets.
But why? It's
DAG party?
The DAG party, but then they're gonna switch it to the dog party, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
You know what it is, right? They're gonna switch it to one.
But until we get, I think to me, Trinidad and Tobago, there's three viable parties right now. There's PNM, UNC, and PDP.
Yep. That's what I say.
Viable party.
And which is the most capable party of winning government between the UNC and PDP in the next election?
Well, guy, look at this way, right? If you want to go by track record of winning election,
not about track record, capable, not track record, capable.
No,
you got to use a measuring stick.
You got to use a measuring stick
to come up with the answer.
Which party you think has the potential to take government between the UNC and the PDP?
We could think whatever it is.
But you got to use a measuring stick.
We could have an opinion, not wrong an opinion, whether it's facts or not. Or that could change. Yeah. And we could have an opinion that say, well, we think this, and it don't have to be that.
Yeah.
You know, there's opinions.
Yeah, good night, Nadia. Nadia, if you're still there, can you put closing comments as well? Nadia, before you go, put closing comments. Yeah.
Ansel, I'll bid you all good night now. Eh? All right, everybody, stay safe.
All right, Diana,
see you all on Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Good night, Diana.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that, you see, the only way you have to have a measuring stick for parties. That's the only way you could do it. For example, Gary, the PNM ruled Tobago for 21 years, right? Many people will believe that the PNM is the best party to run Tobago because they did it for 21 years. Right? The measuring stick is how long they have run the party.
How many PNM seats or UNC seats that the PDP can win in Trinidad?
I think there's a bigger picture than that. I think if the PDP wins 5 seats, they could be the government.
They could be the government by winning 5 seats?
Yes. Think about it.
So PDP win 5 seats. And how they taking government?
Think about it. Good night, Albert. Think about it. There's 41 seats, right? Right?
Okay.
So if there's 36 seats, right? Say they tie 18-18. Right?
And PDP, same thing like what A&R did, and
Correct.
and Watson say he want to be prime minister, otherwise he ain't joining.
Correct.
Yeah.
It happened in Grenada, I think.
Yeah.
So they could be the spoilers. They don't have to win.
But you think Watson Duke going to join the PNM?
I don't know who he's going to join. I don't know who he's going to join. I can't say. If he's the prime minister, if he's going to be prime minister, yeah, he joined the
If
PNM.
Watson Duke joined the UNC, they're going to say, see, that's what we were saying all the time. He collaborating with them Indians and them.
But Gary, it depends on what's the benefit for him and his party. If the benefit for him is to be prime minister,
yeah, but have some people going to spin this entire race thing.
Well, I'm not even going down that road. If it's going to be benefit for him and the PDP, that he could be prime minister and they get 40 top ministries,
and to join the PNM and they make a deal.
Join whoever.
But you know they say, like I said, Basti Pandey said politics have no morality. Morality of its
Gary,
own.
at the end of the day, if he decides to join the PNM or the UNC and he's going to be prime minister, why you will be upset with him?
Me upset? I'm asking
No,
you,
I'm just
do you
saying.
think...
I'm saying, why would people be upset with him if he's getting the highest office in the land?
But just like how people are upset with him when he run and take the vaccine after he protested.
I mean, that didn't last too long, did it?
Yeah.
Well, that lasts for a day or two. People don't even talk about that no more. So again, Lions Love, Raj V, Renee, Kapizza, and Nadia. Put closing comments in the chat. Eugene already put his closing comments. All right. And somebody give me a song to play. Tommy, you have a song you want to play? Gary, you have a song you want to play?
Pull a ribbon at Chatney.
Send it for me. What is the name of it?
Anthony Batson, it have no YouTube thing. I sent it to you before. It have no YouTube restriction.
Okay, let me see it. Anthony Batson.
But go find one of his songs. Or you can look it up. Look out. Let's pull him up. You can see one of his songs that I don't have.
Anthony Batson. B-A-T-S-O-N. Anthony Batson Chutney. Which one? Mr. Behari? We go get that one. I want to have 546,000 views, you know. That's a big one, boy. That 546,000 views, you know. Yeah, that's a big one. Anthony Batson, Mr. Behari. Yeah, look like the guy gets some good views, man. That fella good doing, no, Gary, real good. He's our boss. Yeah, he says it costs about 6,000 for one of these. You know. Let me see what it is going on here. Gary, you wouldn't believe that actually have copyright on it, you know. Mr. Behari. Let me see that. I want to copyright on it by Jahaji by. Let me see if this one has anything. Okay, this one don't have no copyright. You go play that one by him, Jahaji Bai. Gary, you back? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here now. I got somehow kicked out a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, you find any songs?
Yeah, I find one by Jahaji Bai.
Any one of his songs that we can play, you know?
Yeah. We go play that one. All right.
Yeah.
Let you go for a quick station identification. We'll be right back. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We're gonna go for a quick station identification. We'll be right back after this. Stick and stay, don't go nowhere. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. Of course. Tommy, closing comments?
Yep. Do good on the universe. Smiles. Do wrong on the universe. Frown. Just keep your head up and be safe until the next time. Pleasant night, each and everyone.
Cool. So, folks, one of my favorite quotes is, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. From where I'd say this is it, the clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. See ya. Same WZYE time, same WZYE channel. Go ahead, Gary.
What I would say is a time for peace and a time for fight. I would say stand up against your oppressors, because you give them an inch and they will continue oppressing you. So that is with that I will say good night.
All right, good night. So let's see the closing comments here. Lions Love says, the Western world must stop poking the bear if we are to live in peace and make a future for our children. Nadia says, good night, everyone. Be safe. Remember to say thankful. Remember to say thankful for another day. But that was Rajri. My bad. That's Rajri. Gary, somebody got closing comments. Gary, somebody said tell Gary to be consistent. Stop flip-flopping. That's Eugene Julian. Nadia
I
says,
stand up and fight. Don't flip-flopping way.
Lana says, bless, good night to everyone. Please stay strong till we meet again in the village. Okay, I think Keisha was in the village very short tonight, but right. So let's go to that song by a guy favorite guy, Jahaji Bai.
I never hear it, but anyway, go ahead. Play it.
Yeah, by Anthony Batson.
All right, nice.
Hope that's Brother Marvin's song.
Yeah.
Wow.
I am the seed of my father. He is the seed of my grandfather. Who is the seed of my mother. He came from Africa. He can have back on his shoulder. He's the one on the hamster. So I am a seed from India. 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 There was no more mother Africa, no more mother India, just mother tree. My babu and Japlan and sugar cane, some in the Caribbean plain. Ramok and Baskin, Prakashan. Jahajibai, but I heard of before. Jahajibai, but I heard of before. Jahajibai. I would be a disgrace to Allah if my shoes will scream or color. Babu and Jama to take that journey, going to have dignity. So it's a great privilege to have such unique heritage. 50% African, 50% Asian. Indian, I have no duty to holiday, emancipation on the arrival day. Since what I was up in that journey, 150 plus years gone already. Whether you're Hindu, Muslim or Christian, let's walk this land hand in hand. We would only prosper in this time. Jahajibai, but I heard of before. Jahajibai, but I heard of before. Jahajibai. Hindu and our protein begonias, we should live to be one. Our ancestors came by gold. In the salt water in the truth. I see Glenn and Amanda, great grandpa and grandmama. One was a slave and one was invention. But the religion we so follow, they interfere with the love of each other. Nahi, nahi. I am too for racial unity, and that is the way everyone should be. Everyone should have each one in their friend and show each other we care. We can only prosper if we try. Jahajibai, but I heard of before. Jahajibai, but I heard of before. Jahajibai, Kumaye, oh, Zinda way, oh, oh my, Zinda way, yo, Kumaye, oh, Zinda way, oh, oh my, Zinda way, yo, Kumaye, oh, Zinda way, oh, oh my, Zinda way, yo.
And there we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Ansem, you know, since he's going to be in April here, right? We expecting to finish the restaurant that we're working on in Orange. So we have space to host a little event inside that restaurant because the space is big. Tommy, I think Tommy, you been there?
No.
Okay.
No, I was there before.
Well, you was there before, right? So the restaurant, we have an upper level restaurant we can use as a stage, you know. And I was suggesting that we bring some entertainment. But I would like to bring Anthony because we're expecting the restaurant. It's under construction right now. It's ongoing. So by April, either the first week in April or the second week in April, I think we should have things going. So we want to do a grand opening. So hopefully Anthony said he was going to be around that time frame that we could probably invite him.
Well, that's good. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, so let's close with this one here. Johnny King.
Are we
I'm holding on in order to stay around in a life therapy imbalance. For it is nature's way until judgment day. Weakness ain't got a chance. Playing strong cause I realize the price little one must pay to keep the big one in paradise. It's torment and misery all day. Destruction of the weak is nature's plan. The humble and the meek must understand. This day of the strong man is the devil's heyday. So they will bite the ground when the master plays. Dum dum da da da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da da. As long as you have the cash and all your strings attached, you're on earth but living in heaven. There's nothing for the poor or as evermore. Life in a lion's den, hungry man shall aspire to keep the high man on top, to take him higher and higher. The poor one must struggle till he drops. Destruction of the weak is nature's plan. The humble and the meek must understand. This day of the strong man is the devil's heyday. So they will bite the ground when the master plays. Dun dun da da da, 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 dun dun da da da. Down in South Africa, white men with gun power have the natives under subjection. The black majority live in poverty, all because they ain't strong. Black man life is a trophy. Nature make him a slave. South Africa is a nightmare for colored from cradle to the grave. Destruction of the weak is nature's plan. The humble and the meek must understand. This day of the strong man is the devil's heyday. So they will bite the ground when the mass dum dum da da da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da da. Dum dum da da da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da da. Today is bound to hold. Nature will come assault, bringing sudden death to this wild place. And only those who clean going to make this scene. How you hope you get paid? Sufferers shouldn't worry. Nature taking its course. Tomorrow you may be happy. Just hold on. If you let go, you lost. Destruction of the weak is nature's plan. The humble and the meek must understand. This day of the strong man is the devil's heyday. So they will right the wrong when the master plays. Dun dun da da da, dun dun da da da, dun dun
I think we're unique because